Let's do it.
Can you hear me?
Yep, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Cool.
All right, you want to...
Park in Bourne, Massachusetts for tonight's game between the Bourne Braves and the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. Good evening, everybody. Lincoln Revill alongside Austin DeCouta on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network as we are about to get underway here. And Austin, last night what started out as a great game for the Harbor Hawks coming out to an early 1-0 lead ended in disappointment after a 5-1 loss in late innings last night.
Well, the Harbor Hawks got 5 tremendous innings from Jonas Scalaro, and he was just dominant. He was efficient. He did everything right in that ball game, allowing just one harmless single through those 5 innings of work. There was a lot of praise from him today from the coaches, especially B.J. Johnson. Coach Johnson said, Jonah's a guy who could start. He really could. He could be a starting pitcher, and he was dominant yesterday. They also got a nice RBI double from Zane Harris in that ball game. So they put some things together, but unfortunately 5 runs in the 8th by the Bourne Braves were too much to overcome late in that ball game. As
you mentioned, Jonas Scalaro with both the longest outing of the season and the best outing of the season. As on the mound for the Harbor Hawks today is going to be Adrian Saravo, hoping for another big outing from him. But first off, we're going to get to the starting lineups for the visiting Harbor Hawks. Austin, what does that lineup look like?
That'll look like Clark Elliott leading off and playing right field. Caden Rose in the 2-hole in center field. Batting third is Kyle Ball, the shortstop. In the cleanup spot, Zane Harris, the first baseman. Batting fifth, Caleb Pendleton, the catcher. Batting sixth, Luke Mann, the DH. Batting 7, Ryan Romano, the second baseman. Batting 8, Mason Greer, the third baseman. And batting 9, Mitchell Hardigan, the left fielder today.
And before we get started with the first pitch, we're going to actually toss it on down to our silent reporter, Taylor Farmer, before we get started here. Taylor?
Thanks, Lincoln. Austin just mentioned Luke Mann will get the start at DH tonight. Talking to him before the game on what the team needs to do, he says just be aggressive, put early runs on the board, and give their pitchers room to work. Just take the weight off Adrian Saravo tonight. He says it's a tough league. They can't let their guard down. They've been on the wrong side of that too many times this year. But if they stay focused, they hope things will start falling their way.
Thank you very much, Taylor. We have seen quite a bit of aggression, and especially in the past couple of games from these Harbor Hawks, as they got out to an early lead yesterday. Clark Elliott will be starting us off here as first pitch from Turner comes in. That one's fouled off and out of play into the very busy crowd here at Doran Park. Mott starts this one off with a strike.
A couple of good breaking balls to get ahead of Rose here. See if he triples up on it.
Count goes to 0-2, one away. Pitch from Turner. A fastball ripped down the third base line. That's going to be snagged by Agnos. The throw over to first is in time for out number 2. Is fouled off for strike 1 to Knapczyk.
My name's Caden Rose. I'm an infielder for the Harbor Hawks, and you're listening to the Harbor Hawk Network.
The Harbor Hawks Baseball Network back up for the top of the second inning. Zane Harris, Caleb Pendleton, and Luke Mann are due up for the Harbor Hawks here as we head to the top of the second. Kenneth Turner back on the mound for the Bravos as he's in the windup. Start us off here. First pitch misses up high and away for ball 1.
Zane Harris had a nice RBI double. He drove in the only run last night for the Harbor Hawks. He's starting to swing the bat really well lately.
That he is. Harris, a intimidating looking batter at the plate, standing at 6'5", 260 pounds. A lot of power coming out of that, coming out balls and 1 strike. Current conditions here from Bourne, currently at 77 degrees, wind out of the south-southwest at 8 miles an hour. That one's fouled off. 4 strike 2. 90% humidity here today. A humid day, definitely making it a lot hotter than 77 degrees. 2-2 pitch coming in from Turner. Ripped down the first base line. That's going to be picked up by Anderson. He'll toss that one over to Turner for out number 1. A hard hit ball from Harris there, just like that ball from Rose down the third base line. But once again, stopped and scooped up from that first baseman.
A good play over there at first by Anderson, and unfortunately for Harris, he goes down with a ground out. But he's been putting the ball in play a lot more as of late. And he's hitting it hard, too.
Speaking of hitting the ball hard, Caleb Pendleton now stepping up to the plate, who in his last game for the Harbor Hawks just a couple days ago had a massive 2-run home run. Checks his swing. Did he go? No, he did not, says the first base umpire. That is Jeff Merzel over at first base. Rich Capitelli behind the plate, and Joe Caraco will be at third base. Count now moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes to Pendleton after that one finds the zone. Pendleton, one of three catchers for the Harbor Hawks now, as that one misses in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Pendleton, Post, and Proto. The 3P plate protectors, you could say. The 2-2, swing and a miss from Pendleton. He goes down. Strikeout number 2 for Kenneth Turner, and there are 2 away now.
Good mix of pitches from Turner, displaying a good fastball with good velo and control. And his breaking ball has been in the zone and effective as well. He's really mixing it up, keeping the Harbor Hawks off balance.
Seem to be pretty even between fastballs and curveballs and other off-speed pitches so far in this outing. 2 away now. That's Luke Mann at the plate as the pitch comes in. That one misses up high for ball 1. Mann batting 167 on the season so far. Makes him 7 for 42 overall as he swings. Can't connect with that one. 1-1 the count.
Yeah, he was 1 for 3 last night. Also reached on a hit by pitch.
1-1 from Turner. That one misses outside. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. As Austin said, a very sunny day. The sun just behind the press box here at Doran Park, shining right into the outfield. Seems to be pretty bad for everybody out there. Of course, minus Burns behind the plate, who's facing away from the press box and thus away from the sun. 2 balls and 2 outs now.
Good luck to Burns if there's a pop-up to the catcher that he has to try to turn and find.
The 2-2, a long drive down the right field line, and is it gone? It is! A solo home run for Luke Mann, and the Harbor Hawks take an early 1-0 lead here in the top of the second.
Great job by Luke Mann to pull that one on the inside part of the plate. It's 300 right down the line, and he hit that ball well over the foul pole as it just stays fair.
And
Great job.
You know what, Austin? The hat has come back on the shake.
The lucky hat.
A solo home run.
Luke talked about being aggressive in his pregame interview with Taylor Farmer, and there's some aggressiveness there, a big hack, and it resulted in a home run.
And that brought me and you out of our seats here. We had one to,
I can't see the
one to try
there.
to see the pole, but that just shows, oh man, the perfect place for it, just far enough to where it stayed in the line.
Don't get me wrong, I was excited to see it jump off the bat, but I have absolutely no visual of the pole down the right field line.
Yeah, no. I feel you. Yeah, I was excited for that hit because I had a feeling it would be gone whether it was fair or foul. But, yeah, it's hard to see that foul pole out there.
They got that call right, unlike the pool host one a couple of games ago. Not that we're still, you know.
No one's sour about that one.
Not at all.
I mean, I will say, I don't think anybody really could see the ball there. But, yeah, that umpire, I think, was just making a, you know what, I think that was foul.
This one we know is fair tonight.
Yeah, it was. A much clearer day. A beautiful blue sky. Not a cloud in the sky, except for maybe a couple of very thin ones scattered throughout. The 1-2 swung on and missed on the breaking ball. Romano goes down swinging. Strikeout number 3 for Kenneth Turner. But the Harbor Hawks take a 1-0 lead after a beautiful solo shot from Luke Mann. We'll be back bottom half of the second coming up on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Hi, my name is Gary Calhoun. I'm the manager of the Hyannis Harbor Hawks, and you're listening to the Hyannis Harbor Hawks Radio Network.
The Harbor Hawks Baseball Network coming up here for the bottom of the second inning. Braylon Wimmer, Caden Wallace, and Nick Goodwin are next up for the Braves here in the bottom of the second. The Harbor Hawks with a 1-0 lead after a long ball down the right field line from Luke Mann just a few moments ago. Saravo comes home as that's a long drive out towards center field. That's Rose sprinting up on it. He settles under it and reels it in for out number 1. Wimmer goes down with an F8 to start us off here.
Good pitch there by Saravo to start us off on the outside part of the plate. Tough pitch to drive. Wimmer does send it back to center field, but it's nothing but a shallow fly ball that Caden Rose can't handle. So a good start to the inning there by Saravo as he looks to continue where he's left off. Was good in his last outing, too. 3 innings in that game just a couple of days ago.
Called strike there to start this at-bat off to Caden Wallace. Wallace batting .318 from the University of Arkansas as he takes a strong hack at that one, but finds nothing. Count now moves to 0-2 with 1 away. Wallace in last night's game, 2 for 2. He had a strong bat with a single and a double. Also went down with a strikeout and a flyout in his outing. The 0-2 from Saravo. Misses down low and away for ball 1.
See where Saravo goes here on 1-2. Good chance for him to go with something off speed, try to get Wallace chasing.
The pitch. Fastball that's low. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 1 away now. Dimensions here, 330 down that third base line into left field. It's 300 down the right field line, as we mentioned earlier. 360 just a little bit past the right field line as it takes a quick little break back, and then 395 down to dead center, just in front of the Old Glory waving proudly out in center field. Wallace now goes down That is out number 2, as that is strikeout number 1 for Adrian Saravo, and Nick Goodwin now steps to the plate. Goodwin coming from Kansas State, batting .308 on the season. His first pitch, lofted and fouled. That heads out of play. Count moves to 0-1, 2 away now. Pitch from Saravo. That one, a little check swing there from Goodwin, but he fouls it off. That one picked up by Pendleton behind the plate for strike 2. Braves coming in first in the league, actually, as Austin mentioned earlier. A dominant season so far, one of the best starts in Cape League history, as at one point they were 9-0-2. Start off undefeated for quite a long streak there. Saravo with the 1-2. A foul tip is caught by Pendleton. That ends the second. Strikeout number 2 for Adrian Saravo as we head to the third. Harborhawks up 1-0 on the Harborhawks Baseball Network.
I'm Hunter Furtado, number 5, left-hand pitcher from Wake Forest.
I'm Austin Wallace, number 18, left-handed pitcher from the University of Texas.
And you're listening to
the Harborhawks Baseball Network.
Harborhawks Baseball Network here for the third inning. 1-0 counting out of Mason Greer after that first pitch to him misses, as that one's ripped down the first base line. A hot shot is picked up by Anderson on the side, and he'll pick that one up. Step on first for out number 1.
Yeah, Greer's been swinging the bat good lately. That one hit hard on the first base line, but unfortunately, again, the defense right there. I mean, got a little bit on top of it, but definitely not a bad swing from Greer.
Both Agnos and Anderson snagging a couple of worm burners down the lines. That's 1 away now. That's Mitch Hardigan. Bring up the rear as he chops that one down the first base line. Back-to-back 3 unassisted putouts for Anderson, as that is out number 2.
Well, they're testing out Anderson early over at first base, a guy who was at DH earlier in the series and at third base in yesterday's game, so making sure that he's up to shape and alert at first, and he is so far.
That's Anderson's third play, all unassisted so far. 1 in the second from Harris, and then 2 for the first 2 outs here. Clark Elliott now at the plate, the top of the lineup for the Harborhawks. 0 for 1. He went down swinging to start the game. Pitch from Turner misses for ball 1, 1-0 now the count.
Elliott seemed to have adjusted to the Cape League pitching. Last couple of games he's been hitting the ball well, getting on base multiple times.
Has 5 hits in the past 2 games as he rips that one up the middle. Another hit.
Right on cue.
As he now moves to 1 for 2. And a beautiful, strong hit there from Elliott to represent the first base runner here in the third.
Yeah, he leads the team in batting average at .263, raises his average a bit. So far in this game, he's 1 for 2, so the average will go up. He's got speed over there at first base as well, Lincoln. We'll see if he ends up deciding to try to swipe a bag. 2 for 2 so far for him in the Cape. 2
stolen bases, and when he steals, you can see some power in those legs. If you get to look at him as he runs, he digs into the ground with every step that he takes, and he really gets every bit of power that he can.
And he was tied for the team lead at Michigan in stolen bases, and he said he didn't even steal a base the first couple of weeks as he was still getting that knee going after recovering.
Throw over to first. The Braves know that he will steal if you give him a chance, but they can't get him in time. He'll stay at first. 1-0 the count now to Rose. Rose is 0 for 1. Grounded out to third. That hot shot to Agnos back in the first as he flies that one straight up in the air. That's called off by Knapcheck. Easy grab for out number 3. That'll end the top half of the third. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left stranded for the Harbor Hawks. We head to the bottom half of the third. Hawks up 1-0.
Hi, my name is Marcos Pujos. I'm the first baseman for the Harbor Hawks. You're listening to the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Harbor Hawks Baseball Network here for the bottom of the third. Hawks up 1-0, but before we get started, a word from Curry College. Curry College is where you go to become anything you want. Curry prepares students to engage in successful careers with learning beyond the classroom. Explore undergraduate programs, NCAA, Division III athletics, and continuing education and graduate studies, including 5th year's master's programs at www.curry.edu. Count at 1-0 as that pitch from Saravo is fouled off. Brings count even at 1. That's Agnos, Burns, and Lampy due up for the Braves.
7-8-9 as Saravo has retired the first 6 batters he's faced, mixed in 2 strikeouts.
The 1-1 misses a bit outside. 2 balls and 1 strike now the count. Agnos with a .206 average from East Carolina. Has 7 hits, scored 5 runs. Has a double, a triple, and a home run on the season, along with 3 RBI. The 2-2. swung on. That's hit into right field. That's Elliott coming in to make the grab. And they'll say that he did make the grab. That ball actually fell out of his glove, but he came off of it. They'll say that's on the transition for out number 1.
The sun has disappeared just a bit as some shade now. It looks like, well, it's still sunny, but there's a cloud in front of the sun at the moment.
It came in just at the right time. As it seems, as soon as it went over, that ball was hit over to Elliott, and it was able to save him a little bit of blindness. Now with 1 away, the first pitch from Saravo misses inside. 1-0 now the count. The wind blowing in from right field to left. As the 1-0 finds the zone on the outside for strike 1. One's across the board now. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. Hawks up 1-0. Saravo's pitch lofted into shallow right field once again. That's going to be Romano settling under it this time, and he makes the grab for out number 2. A difficult play for Romano. He had to make that one facing out towards the foul pole out in right field, but he makes the grab anyway for out number 2.
The center fielder from Arizona State University.
Yeah, a high hit pop-up. Those can be tough, even if there's not a ton of wind. As they swirl around, you get turned in multiple different directions, especially as an infielder heading back to the outfield, but a good job by Romano to make the catch and secure the second out.
So with 2 away, Joe Lampe now at the plate. Lampe with a 1-0 count to start his at-bat. He got two appearances in last night's game. He's had at-bats in every game in this 3-game series with the Braves. As then last night he went 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. And then game number 1 back on Monday went 0 for 5 with 3 strikeouts and 2 groundouts. The 2-1. That's lofted down towards foul territory, heading towards the crowd, and that's going to be out of play. People ducking and diving every which way. That almost comes in contact with somebody. Oohs and ahs coming from the crowd as everybody ducking, dodging, dipping, diving, and dodging out of the way of that foul ball.
Yeah. You had it covered.
The 2-2 with 2 aways, lofted. That's straight up in the air. Saravo calling Pendleton off. He makes the grab right above home plate as that ends the 3rd inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left for the Bravos as we head to the 4th. Hawks up 1-0. And before we actually head to the 4th, we're going to toss it on down to our silent reporter, Taylor Farmer. Taylor, what's up?
Impressive start from the Hawks tonight, especially Adrian Saravo on the mound. 3 innings, going 3 up, 3 down. He's been excellent, super vocal, calling that last ball off, and then earlier, first baseman telling him just take it to the bag himself. He's done an excellent job, as well as Luke Mann saying that he was going to be aggressive today in this ball game. He's certainly done that with that home run early. The Hawks are just off to a good start now.
And of course, thank you
very much, Taylor. As you said, it's been a very hot start for the Harbor Hawks so far, and looking forward to keeping that one going as we head to the 4th on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Hi, my name is Gary Calhoun. I'm the manager of the Hyannis Harbor Hawks, and you're listening to the Hyannis Harbor Hawks Radio Network.
Harbor Hawks Baseball Network coming up. 4th inning as Kyle Ball will step up to the plate. Zane Harris behind him, and Pendleton will be in the hole. Ball at 0 for 1 with a ground out. Hit it over to short for the last out back in the 1st inning.
He's been much more aggressive lately at the plate. In yesterday's ball game, Ball swung at every first pitch he saw, put a couple of them in play, and it's helped him avoid striking out. As he's done a good job putting the ball in play. He's hitting it hard. Even the ground that he hit earlier, Lincoln, was hit hard on the ground. So I think you'll start to see some hits fall for him soon.
Ball ended 0 for 4 as he grounds that one over towards short. That's going to be picked up on the run from Agnos. The throw is not in time. He brought Anderson off the bag, so that will be Kyle Ball reaching base. A very tough play.
I don't know if they'll rule that an error. I don't think so. I mean, Ball may have been safe anyways, even if the throw didn't pull him off the bag. I mean, a difficult play there for Agnos. Their only shot is for him to cut that ball off like he did in front of the shortstop Knapczyk. And if Knapczyk has to make that play, Ball's easily safe. But Agnos gave a good effort. It will be ruled a hit, and the leadoff man's on.
So Ball now 1 for 2 with a single. That brings Zane Harris to the plate. Harris 0 for 1. The first action that we saw from Anderson was Harris's demise back in the 2nd as he lines that one. A hot shot picked out of the air from Christian Knapczyk. A beautiful first out for the shortstop for out number 1.
And baseball is just such a tough game because Zane Harris hit that ball pretty much perfectly as he lined it to shortstop, but leaving his feet and making a great catch was Knapczyk at short, taking a hit into the left center field gap away from Harris. I mean, he timed that pitch up well, but sometimes you do everything right, and the result is still not what you're looking for.
That one just a couple of inches from going out in the gap for a base hit, but instead out number 1. It's Pendleton. Swings at that first pitch, can't find it. 0-1 the count. Pendleton went down swinging in his first at-bat in the 2nd.
There is action in the Braves bullpen. Another right-hander getting loose.
Can't see what the number is from here. Down the...
Looks like number 10.
I'm getting that right now. It is number 10. Holy cow, you have good eyes.
Thank you.
I can't see that with my bare eyes. I had to get my old trusty binoculars out. That'll be number 10, Josh Eknis. Getting warm out there as that pitch comes in. Strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes now the count. One, 2. Ball in the dirt that gets past Burns. That rolls over towards the Braves dugout. It's going to allow Ball to get to second. Did he go? No, he did not, says the umpire, much to the dismay of the Braves dugout.
That was a tough one. I think Pendleton may have thought he went, as Pendleton was kind of walking back to the dugout before. He's like, you know what, we'll check with the first base umpire. And then to his surprise, I guess, it was ruled that he didn't go. So 2-2, now you have a runner in scoring position. If Pendleton can take the ball the other way, there's a big hole between first and second, which could drive in Kyle Ball.
Was a close call there, but a good job from Pendleton out there. He lofts this one out towards shallow right field. That's going to be brought under by Wallace for out number 2. Pendleton
had the right idea, trying to take the ball the other way, just got under it a bit.
Now batting, the DH from the University of
Pendleton
Missouri,
now at 0 for
17,
2 with a strikeout and a flyout. The man of the hour comes up.
There we go.
Luke Mann. The lone run so far. Oh, I just got...
It wasn't even intentional?
No, it was not intentional at all. Holy cow.
Okay.
All right. See, I'm even punny when I don't mean to be.
You expect me to believe that wasn't intentional?
I promise it wasn't. I didn't even notice.
The man of the hour as Luke Mann digs in.
Yeah. Solo home run in his last at-bat. He's down 0-1 in the count in this at-bat as Turner comes set, the right-hander with the glove at his stomach. That one misses in the dirt, 1-1.
Turner's been pretty efficient. I mean, all things considered, you take away that solo home run, we're still tied up, and we're already in the 4th with 2 away. I mean, yes, 3 hits allowed, 1 of those an infield single. So only 2 balls that really timed up really well, and Luke Mann has one of them. He's at the dish.
The 1-1. A long drive out towards center field. That's going to be down for a base hit. That's going to bring Ball in from second. The throw home will not come as that scores another run. Kyle Ball showing off his wheels on the base hit as the Hawks now lead 2-0 here in the top of the fourth.
Luke Mann having himself a day at the plate now with both RBI. Taylor might be interviewing him post-game as well. I mean, at this rate, might be the first Harbor Hawk to get a pre- and post-game interview the same day. It's just a great piece of hitting, though. He timed it right back up the middle. You can't hit a ball more perfectly timed than that. Just sent it right back where it came from. And that's where the pass ball comes into play, Lincoln, too, earlier in the Pendleton at-bat. That allows Ball to get into scoring position. Man picks him up, no pass ball or no wild pitch, and we have guys on first and second. But luckily, 2-0 now for the Harbor Hawks.
That first pitch now to Ryan Romano, missing down low. Count at 1-0 now. Romano 0 for 1, went down with a strikeout. To end the second, he's now up with 2 away here in the fourth. Grounds that one over towards third. Agnos picking that one up on the run. Throw to second. He'll get the force play. As that ends the inning, the Harbor Hawks add another one, leading 2-0 now, midway through 4 on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Hi, my name's Caden Rose. I'm an infielder for the Harbor Hawks, and you're listening to the Harbor Hawk Network.
Harbor Hawks Baseball Network coming up. Bottom half of the fourth inning as the top of the lineup for the Bravos comes back up. Christian Knapczyk, Max Anderson, and Dalton Rushing are due up. As his first pitch from Knapczyk past a diving Romano for the first base hit of the game for the Braves as Christian Knapczyk now at 1 for 2 on the night.
Stravo tried to start off with a breaking pitch, but unfortunately it got too much of the plate, and Knapczyk was just right on it, sent it back up the middle. Great effort from Romano, full extension diving to try to get it, but just past his glove, another foot, he has it. But for the Braves, their leadoff man is on.
And Romano went parallel over at second base to start to try to grab that one out of the air. He almost had it, but it just went past his glove as that is the first hit. The no-hitter will end for Adrian Saravo here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. A very good outing from him so far.
He's been great, and he's a guy who you expect to see 3 or 4 innings out of him. He can go longer. He has at college, the 7-inning no-hitter. But with the innings limit that these guys have for a full calendar year, you can't have him throwing 7 innings every start here, since he already had a good amount of innings tallied up at college.
Back pick over from Pendleton, trying to get Knapczyk at first, is not in time. Knapczyk just in before the tag from Harris as he stays over at first. Decent lead over at first base, hands hanging in front of him. Saravo with a couple of quick looks. He kicks and comes home with the 1-1. That one falls in the dirt for 2-1 the count now. Anderson had a ground out over to short in his last appearance, as he's sporting a bat with a gray handle, well, gray barrel that is, more of a, I don't know, it's like a combination between gray and like a light brown, kind of. Or is that just the sunlight confusing me?
I can't tell either.
I can't tell, yeah.
Might be some pine tar on there.
Maybe so. The 2-1, swing and a miss. 2 balls and 2 strikes now the count with nobody out. Runner on first.
And Knapczyk over at first, 1 of 2 on stolen bases for the season. 50% success. Not a large sample size, so we don't know how quick he is.
Saravo ready with the 2-2. High cheddar gets him swinging as Anderson goes down for out number 1. And that's strikeout number 3 now for Adrian Saravo.
Good pitch by Saravo. That fastball above the letters is so tough to hit. Does a great job of elevating it and getting Anderson to swing at that one. Big out number 1. Double play to end the innings in order, with 1 out and runner on first, and rushing not the quickest out of the box.
Dalton rushing from the University of Louisville, 6'1", 225 pounds. Throw to first from Saravo is not in time. And Knapczyk back in safely. Rushing, batting .321 on the season. In 16 games, he has 17 hits, has scored 11 times, and has driven in 10 runs. Count now goes to 1-0 after that fastball misses low. Now this is the last game of the season for the Harbor Hawks from Doran Park. The last time we'll see this field. We play the Braves one last time at McKeon Park. That'll be much later, the last week of the season. I believe that's our last home game.
That is August 3rd, a Tuesday. Long time from now. Looks like Ryan Romano gets the sunglasses tossed over to him from Kyle Ball. He's having a tough time seeing over there at second as the sun is poked back out from behind the cloud. So that shows you kind of where the sun is giving the guys the most issue. Second, right field rather than shortstop, center field.
Yeah, the shadows on the field pointing towards right field, which means that the sun is just over Upper Cape Tech, one of the buildings here at this high school, a huge high school. I thought it was like a junior college almost, but instead it's just one big high school. But yes, it does give the right field, first base, and second base a lot of trouble. The left side of the infield, not really much to worry about, as the sun coming out of the corner of your eye, much less painful and much easier to see than coming straight up at you. Two balls and 1 strike now the count. Rushing out of the left-handed box, bouncing the bat off of his shoulder before bringing it back up. The 2-1 is fouled off. 2 balls and 2 strikes now the count. Rushing, the designated hitter. He's been in the 3 hole for all 3 games against the Harbor Hawks. Has yet to post a hit against the Harbor Hawks, but he's been walked a handful of times. Walked once on Monday and twice yesterday. Has yet to find base in today's game. Runner goes from first. This one ripped down by second. That's past the glove of Romano, and that's going to allow Knapczyk into third as the Braves threaten to cut this Harbor Hawks lead in half early in the bottom of the 4th.
Good piece of hitting by Rushing. He pulls it in between first and second. Another terrific effort by Ryan Romano as he dives to his left this time, but just couldn't get it. Great try by Romano on the dive, but just a great hit by Rushing.
That's going to bring South Carolina outfielder Braylon Wimmer to the plate.
First and third, 1 out. We got to watch the runner possibly trying to swipe a bag. Rushing's 1 for 1 on the year on stolen base attempts. We'll see if they try to throw it down.
First pitch from Saravo here, chopped over towards short. That's off of ball as that's going to bring in a run. Nobody out. Runners now on first and second.
Well, just a bad hop. Nothing Kyle Ball could do on that one. That just took a hop and came up and hit him in the shoulder. He was there. He had it squared up, but, man, tough hop.
And they're going to
E6 on ball. Yeah, it's tough.
Tough
Tough play, but it is ruled an error. But now they're calling it a hit, Lincoln.
Oh, wow. Okay, then.
They flashed E6, must have went back and reviewed it, and now they're calling it a hit. I think rightfully so.
Yeah, I think so. Bad hop. Nothing you can do about it. He had it there. Almost a routine play, but due to that hop, it ends up eating him up.
Nothing Saravo's really. Now they're calling it an error?
Yes, they are.
Okay, so the scoreboard flashed E6, then it went to hit. Now it goes to error. I still think it's a tough play either way. So now I guess officially it's an error. No RBI for Wimmer.
This one chopped over to third. That's picked up by Mann. The throw over to first after he tags it. The good dig from Harris. My goodness.
What a double play.
Oh, Harris stretching out from first.
What a throw by Greer.
That completes the 5-3 double play as we head now to the fifth. Harborhawks up 2-1 on the Harborhawks Baseball Network.
Hi, my name is Marcos Pujols. I'm the first baseman for the Harborhawks. You're listening to the Harborhawks Baseball Network.
Mason Greer going to start us off here in the top half of the fifth. That's Greer, Hartigan, and Elliott due up as a new pitcher for the Braves comes in. This is Josh Hyannis as his first pitch is popped straight up in the air, up the elevator shaft. That is going to be called upon. A little bit of confusion there from the Braves infield, but Anderson ends up coming in to make the grab for out number one. A very long first out there on a towering fly from Greer.
Good first pitch by Hyannis. You can't ask for much more out of the bullpen. One pitch, one out.
Hyannis coming from Lamar University, 6'4", 225 pounds.
Now he's gone 3 innings this season, all in 3 appearances. So typically about an inning each appearance. We'll see how far he goes in this ball game.
And on the 1-0, did he go? Yes, he did, says home plate umpire Mitch Hartigan, now facing a 1-1 count. That one pops straight up towards foul territory. That should be playable. That's going to be picked up by Agnos. That is out number 2. Hartigan now goes to 0 for 2 after that.
Now pitching for the
F5.
Start of the inning from Lamar University, number 10, Josh Hyannis.
Good play by Anderson. That can be a real tough one because you can get distracted by the dugout,
Now batting, the right fielder from the
which he
University of
came over,
Michigan,
felt where the
number
railing
25,
was, took a
Marc
step back,
Elliott.
and made the catch.
Now, Josh Eckness, unless I'm mistaken, unless there's another Woodlands, the Woodlands High School, I think Josh Eckness coming from the Woodlands, Texas.
Is that anywhere close to you?
A little bit. It is a little bit. I've been there once or twice. I don't go
Okay.
there often. Like, it's not a day trip for me, but, you know, I've been there once or twice. Have some good friends from the Woodlands, actually. That one swung on, the 1-0 from Elliott. Can be hit as the count evens up 1-1 him now. Once again, Harborhawks up 2-1. The Braves were able to cut that lead in half after Christian Knapczyk ended up coming home.
Ooh. And the Braves dugout did not like that ball call. It had everybody react to that one. I didn't think it was too bad. It looked a little bit outside,
Yeah.
a little low.
One important thing, the Braves dugout, both dugouts actually, and all the fans here cannot see the plate. Can't see every aspect of the plate like the umpire can. That one ripped, picked out of the air from Knapczyk up the middle as he throws the first 4, out number 3, ending the top half of the 5th. We head to the bottom. Hawks up 2-1 on the Harborhawks Baseball Network.
Hits that ball well to right field. It is
Adios,
high,
amigo.
It is far, and it is gone.
Holy cow.
Zane Harris crushed that one. A long drive towards right center field, and it's gone in the trees. Hit from Braithwaite. Swung on and missed, and the ball game is over. The Harborhawks have defeated the DeCouta Kettleers. That one is a good long drive towards left field, and gone!
You're listening to the Harborhawks Baseball Network.
Harborhawks Baseball Network, bottom half of the 5th, coming up from Doran Park. Harborhawks taking on the Bourne Braves as my time on the main mic quickly comes to an end. Just over an hour after first pitch, as I will now pass on play-by-play duties to my good friend Austin DeCouta. Austin, the mic is yours, my friend.
Thank you, Lincoln. Terrific job as always. Another great night from you.
Thank you very much. Good little opener, I think, for the main act, I think, you know.
That'll bring up Nick Goodwin, who start us off here in the bottom of the 5th. Goodwin, Agnos, Burns due up for the Bourne Braves. Adrian Saravo back on the hill here for his 5th inning of work. The Harborhawks a little thin on the pitching staff as that first pitch is fired to the backstop, a fastball that misses high. Goodwin showed bunt, he pulled back.
Like you said, we are a little short on the pitching staff, but the way Saravo's pitching right now, I would have kept him in anyway, you know?
You got 5 great innings from Jonas Scalera last night.
Mm-hmm.
Now 4 great from Saravo, looking to make it 5. That one is popped up. Mile high pop-up drifting towards the first base coach's box, where Zane Harris puts up his first baseman's mitt and makes the catch for out number 1. 1 up, 1 down here in the bottom of the 5th.
Now a good start to that 5th inning for Saravo. Just 2 more outs left to go before he matches the longest outing of the season for the Harborhawks this season.
That'll bring up Zach Agnos from East Carolina University. Agnos flew out to right field in his first at-bat back in the bottom of the third. That was part of the string of 9 straight retired to start the game by Saravo, the righty for the Harbor Hawks. He's allowed just 2 hits. 1 run has come across. The 0-1. Fastball misses a bit up. 1-1.
Just an inch above the zone. A beautiful pitch from Saravo.
Adrian Saravo from New Hampshire. His favorite team is not the Red Sox. However, it's the Blue Jays. Ground ball to third. Mason Greer picks it on a hop. Fires to first in time for out number 2.
A difficult-looking play from Greer, making that throw on the run, running towards home plate, throwing it across his body, but he made that look effortless. Just picking it up, taking a quick little jog, tossing it over, and showing off just how easy his power comes from that arm as he ripped that one over to first for Zane Harris to make the grab and finish the out.
With 2 away, that brings up Peter Burns, the catcher. Burns popped up to second in his first and only at-bat tonight. 0-1 the count, a called strike. Burns, the 8-hitter tonight. Came into the ball game swinging the bat pretty well on the season. 2 doubles for him on the year, getting on base over 300 on the year. Burns and rushing have split the catching duties this series against the Harbor Hawks as Colton Bender, who was the 3rd catcher, was drafted by the San Diego Padres before Monday's game at McKeon Park.
Literally being picked up 10 minutes before first pitch.
He was on the phone as we awaited the national anthem, and he got word that he will be taking his talents to San Diego. 7 total Harbor Hawks drafted in the 2021 MLB draft. 7 current Harbor Hawks, I should say, as a handful of others who played in previous years were also selected. That pitch misses for a ball, 3-2. The count is full with 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, in the draft, the prime reason why our pitching staff is low is 5 of our 7 Harbor Hawks that were drafted were pitchers.
And Tommy McCollum, a righty reliever, was also signed by the Phillies, so that makes 6 pitchers that are gone. McCollum, Nowlin, Dula, Baker, Lloyd, all gone.
Now batting, the center fielder from Arizona State University, number 4, Joe Lampe.
And Halverson, the 6th. Just drawing a blank for a second. Halverson and Baker to the Phillies. Daniel Lloyd to the Orioles. Jalen Nowlin to the Twins. Hunter Dula to the Giants. And Tommy McCollum also to the Phillies by way of free agency.
Along with those pitchers, also had Mariano Ricciardi picked up and Adam Hackenberg, which is why we had to bring in Ryan Proto just a few days ago.
Proto, the catcher from UMass Lowell, was starting last night's ball game. Hackenberg went to the White Sox. Mariano Ricciardi to the Oakland Athletics. A congratulations goes out to all the former Harbor Hawks and the players drafted in this year's draft. Burns draws a 2-out walk, which brings up Joe Lampe, the center fielder. Lampe 0 for 1 with a pop-up. He's ahead on Saravo 2-0, which brings out the manager Gary Calhoun, who may have a pitching change, as Saravo is likely on a pitch count after he was just seen in a ballgame a few days ago. We'll see if that prompts a change or just a conversation.
I do see action in the bullpen. I think that might be Hunter Furtado getting warmed up out there.
Harbor Hawks did something similar with Saravo and Furtado against the Gatemen when they were visiting Hyannis earlier in the week. Saravo went 3 innings in that game.
Let's see, that is not going to be Furtado on the mound. That's actually going to be Evan Webster getting warmed up now.
Evan Webster in the bullpen. As you mentioned, Lincoln, the lefty from Louisville. And Saravo going to remain on the mound. Usually we see Ray Corn, the pitching coach, do the mound visits, but it's Calhoun, the manager this time, who elects to leave Saravo in the ball game. I think if Saravo told him, yeah, you know, I'm a little tired, he may have taken him out right then, but it seems like Saravo gave him the okay to remain in the ball game for at least this next batter.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead. He's gotten 2 outs already. Might as well let him finish off this inning while he's out there.
He is behind 3-0 on Joe Lampe now. the 9-hitter. It's back to the top of the order if Lampy can reach base. Now 3-0, 2 away, runner on first. I'm thinking if you're Lampy, you're taking all the way because you're looking to get the starter, Saravo, out of the ball game. So make him continue to throw pitches. Saravo comes set. The 3-0. Fastball called strike, 3-1 the count. Finds his way back in the zone.
I will say, even he has gone 4 2/3 innings now, but Saravo's velocity seems to be pretty much where it was at the start of the game. He hasn't really wavered it that much.
The 3-1 from Saravo, a fastball. Lampy pops it up, drifting to foul territory behind first. Harris is under it as Saravo screams, "You have room." He does, in fact, have room as he makes the catch to end the inning. Saravo allows one base runner, but is through 5 magnificent innings as the Hawks lead it 2-1 on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
I'm Hunter Furtado, number 5, left-hand pitcher from Wake Forest.
I'm Austin Wallace, number 18, left-handed pitcher from the University of Texas.
And you're listening to
the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Back here for the top of the 6th inning as the Harbor Hawks look to expand on a 2-1 lead here at Doran Park in Bourne, Massachusetts, just over the Bourne Bridge. Austin DeCouta, Lincoln Revill here with you. Josh Hyannis back on the mound for Bourne as Caden Rose leads it off. It's 2-3-4 for Hyannis, due up in this 6th inning.
Yeah, Caden Rose has put the ball in play twice. He's just looking for that right gap to get that through for his first base hit of the night.
The count 2-0 to Rose. Fastball, he check swings and upset with himself for offering at that one as it was fouled off the knob of the bat, or the handle of the bat, rather. 2-1 the count. Rose ball, Harris due up. Eknes gets the sign from Burns and fires home. Rose just under that one as he lines it straight back off the netting, right behind home plate. 2-2 the count. He was timing that one up pretty well, just under it a bit. 2-2 the count. Nobody out as Rose leads off.
Ooh. That was a beautiful pitch there on the outside, just missing by a couple of inches.
The count has run full at 3-2. Love to have the leadoff man Rose on base to start the 6th. The windup and the pitch. Ball in the dirt. It's a walk by Caden Rose on 6 pitches as he does his job and gets on base to start the 6th.
Great job from Rose battling through that whole at-bat and being able to reach base. Opening runner on base here in the 6th and his first time on base tonight.
That'll bring up Kyle Ball, the Stetson shortstop. Just
going with a couple of scores from around the league so far. Bourne and Hyannis, The game that you're currently listening to is at the furthest point in the game, I guess. We're up 2-1 right now. Orleans and Harwich, along with Brewster and Chatham, both tied. Orleans and Harwich in the bottom of the second. Brewster and Chatham just tipped off in the top of the first. They're actually in a nope, wrong game, wrong thought. And then Cotuit and Wareham, the Kettleers currently leading the Gatemen 2-0 in the bottom of the second.
Kyle Ball due up. Leadoff man Rose on first. Ball swings and flies down the left field line. Giving it a look is Wimmer, but it's going to fall out of play.
That one looked really well off the bat, but unfortunately for Ball, that one went just a little bit too far to the left.
The count 1-1 to Kyle Ball. Caden Rose has real good speed over at first base. We'll see if he's in motion at any point as he extends his lead a bit. Pickoff move. Speaking of speed, they throw over to try to keep the speedster at bay. Rose on the season has swiped 5 bags in 7 attempts. That makes him 5 for 7. Pretty good efficiency. That one misses low. 2-1 the count to Ball. Harbor Hawks got out to an early lead in last night's ball game thanks to an RBI double from the man on deck, Zane Harris. That was the only run they would score, as the Braves would get 5 in the 8th to win it 5-1. Hyannis got one early tonight in the top of the second thanks to a solo home run from Luke Mann. They added one in the top of the 4th, and the Braves added one of their own in the bottom of the 4th to get us to this point at 2-1. Hyannis leads it. 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Harbor Hawks. 1 run, 2 hits for the Bourne Braves.
Yeah, Luke Mann making quite a run for man of the game, you might say. That one was intentional.
It's 2 man puns this game. As that one's chopped down to third base line. It'll go foul. Kyle Ball now stares down a 2-2 count with nobody out. We've seen a lot of puns from you this season.
We have, yes.
Crisp, cherry.
Back at UNT, my friends are known as the walking dad joke.
Oh, yeah?
I make dad jokes, lots of puns, so.
2-2 the count. Hyannis comes set, the pitch, and breaking ball called strike 3 as it drops over the heart of the plate. Out number 1, good pitch from the righty.
A magnificent pitch coming from Hyannis, and a good first out there. He just got ball frozen in the batter's boxes. That's out number 1.
That'll bring up Zane Harris. Harris over 2 tonight, a ground out and a line out. He hit that ball perfectly in the 4th, but unfortunately it was right at the shortstop Knapczyk, who made a leaping grab.
Harris is getting closer and closer to that first base hit of the night. Hopefully he'll get one here.
Pickoff move to first. Diving back safely once again is Caden Rose. Hyannis now into his 2nd inning of work as he relieved the starter, which was Kenneth Turner, who went 4 innings, allowed 4 hits, 2 strikeouts, 2 runs, and no walks. The pitch to Harris is lined foul off the netting behind home plate. Zane Harris stands in from the left-handed hitter's batting box with Hyannis, a right-handed pitcher. This matchup usually favors a left-handed hitter, and especially a guy like Harris, who hits the ball really well off right-handed pitching.
Now Harris with another pretty good looking piece of lumber there, that black barrel with the very light handle.
Runner started from first. It was Rose. He got about 15 steps and decided to do a U-turn and head back to the bag. 1-1 the count. The wind blowing from right to left as the flag in dead center behind the 395 marker. Blows to the left as that one's popped foul out of play by Harris. The count will be 1-2. The Harbor Hawks bullpen here at Doran Park is behind the right field fence, just about 30 yards to the left of the right field foul pole. To the foul pole itself, it's 300 feet. But where the bullpen is situated, it's 360. So the fence really curves right off the foul pole as it jets straight back temporarily. So a tough corner out there. We saw Luke's man Homer sail well over the foul pole.
There's a, it's escaping my mind right now. There's like a really well-known baseball stadium where it sort of does that. At the line, it's like really short, and then it just spikes up right after the foul pole.
Well, Fenway down to pesky pole is pretty short once you hook it, but then it kind of makes a half circle. Sort of goes, it does go back and then curves. And so it's real deep to right field. Yankee Stadium has a short porch in right field. The count 3-2 to Zane Harris. One away, Caden Rose on first. Harris putting up another good at-bat. We talked about it last night, Lincoln, how Harris has been battling back lately in counts, and he's put up some of the best at-bats on the team.
Yeah, he's been really disciplined at the plate, really looking for that right pitch to hit. A lot of the Harbor Hawks, actually, I've been impressed with the discipline we've seen at the plate from them this season. Lots of great battles for the team so far. Lots of counts that start out bad for them and then turn out in their favor. Really impressive.
The 3-2 from Eknes. Runner goes. Harris grounds it foul down the first base line. Rose will retreat to first as we do it again here on 3-2.
Almost a successful hit and run there. Harris hitting that one behind Rose as he sprinted off to second. Almost was able to extend the runner, but sadly a little too far off to the right.
There is action in the Bourne Braves bullpen as a right-hander gets loose. That's Xavier Lovett. Full count here to Zane Harris once again. Rose remains at first as he gets his lead. Eknes comes set, the throw. That ball is skied down the left field line. And foul. Harris stays alive once again. Good at-bat here between Harris and Eknes. The ninth pitch of the at-bat upcoming here. Harris has a homer run this season, 4 RBI. Eknes, long stare at the signs from Burns. He comes set as Rose gets his lead at first. The pitch. Fly ball down the left field line. This was going to hang up as Wimmer heads towards the foul pole. It drops foul once again.
Oh, man, he's getting closer and closer. A great battle here from him so far. Now, we've seen a couple of at-bats that have gone into the double digits with pitch-wise.
We had, I think, one last night. We saw one the other night. Dom Johnson put up a 12-pitch at-bat, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Now, off the top of your head, I have no clue, but do you know what the longest at-bat we've had this season was off the top of your head?
I'm not sure. 12 seems about where it's been.
Yeah. Somewhere around 12. I know we haven't had anything above 15.
The 10th pitch of the at-bat is a ball. Ball 4 to Harris. What an at-bat by the slugger from Wright State as he draws a walk, which puts runners on first and second now with 1 away.
Well, both runners have been put on base this inning by way of the walk. Rose now on second, Harris sitting at first. And as you mentioned, just an outstanding at-bat from Harris there, fighting back and finding a way to get on base. And now there's another runner in scoring position for the Hawks.
Thought I was going to prompt a mound visit. A possible pitching change awaits. We'll take a look at what the result's going to be as the infield comes in to be a part of the visit. Good-sized crowd once again, Lincoln, here in Bourne.
Yeah, very similar to the crowd that we had on opening night. Might be a few more.
There will be a pitching change here at Doran Park in Bourne as Harvey Shapiro, the Braves manager, has taken the ball from Josh Eknes, the reliever. So Eknes' day is done. Xavier Lovett coming on to relieve him will return after the warm-up pitches here on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Hi, my name is Gary Calhoun. I'm the manager of the Hyannis Harborhawks, and you're listening to the Hyannis Harborhawks Radio Network.
Xavier Lovett ready to go here as the lights come on at Doran Park. Austin DeCouta, Lincoln Revill here with you in the broadcast tent table setup. Just off the side of home plate. One away in the inning. Caden Rose at second, Zane Harris at first, which brings up Caleb Pendleton to face Lovett. First pitch to Pendleton is inside.
That first pitch from Lovett, I'm sorry. I heard someone from the Bourne crowd, some little kid just go, yeet, right as the pitch came in. And for some reason, that just was really funny to me. I'm sorry.
1-0 the count to Pendleton. That one's inside again, 2-0.
Yeah, a laugh every now and then. The one laugh of the day.
I laughed more than once a day, I think.
Well, yeah.
Called strike to Pendleton. The count moves to 2-1.
We've seen Lovett before. He actually pitched in Monday night's game. He closed us out, where the Hawks took that 6-2 loss to the Braves.
The 2-1. That ball is hit well to Pendleton, to deep left center field. Going back is Lampy, and it's going to drop and go over the fence for a ground rule double as Caleb Pendleton doubles in a run. And the Harborhawks expand on their 2-1 lead. That makes it 3-1.
Well, I have to say, at first glance, I thought that went over. It landed right in front of that white. Is that a Kindred sign out there?
It's
yeah.
so tough to tell from this vantage point because we're even with the playing field. We're not on top of it. I had no idea where that ball landed.
Yeah,
I saw it land. I couldn't tell if it was over the fence or not.
I thought it went over the fence, and it doesn't help that the center field fence is like at a downward angle.
Oh.
The fence slopes downward.
Runners on second and third as the Harborhawks look to make this a big inning, and Luke Mann, who digs in, looks to expand on his stellar day. 2 for 2, a solo homer and an RBI single. Mann swings at the first pitch and grounds it fair down the first base line. That's going to score Harris. Here comes Pendleton from second. Mann's on his way to second, and he slides in safely. A 2 RBI double for Luke Mann, who extends the Harborhawks lead even further. That makes it 5-1.
Fantastic hit there from Mann. He's now 3 for 3. And there was, at first I questioned whether that one was fair or foul before the umpire did, but as you saw, some chalk flew up after it bounced over first base. A fantastic hit from him, and now the Hawks extend their lead.
Ryan Romano looking to continue this big inning for Hyannis. 3 runs already home here in the top of the 6th. 5-1 the score as the Hawks lead the first place Bourne Braves. The first pitch to Romano from Xavier Lovett is an off-speed pitch that comes near the eyes of Romano and misses for ball 1. Romano from Florida State continues to start at second base. Mariano Ricciardi, the other second baseman of the Harborhawks, was drafted to the Oakland Athletics. The 1-0 from Lovett. Fastball misses low, 2-0. A big inning brewing here for Hyannis. 3 already home, another runner in scoring position. That's Luke Mann, who is just a triple shy of the cycle, and who now has 4 RBI on the day.
Now, the bad part about being just a triple shy of the cycle is that, in my opinion, the triple, the hardest part of the cycle to achieve.
Romano hits that one well to deep right field. Mann retreats to second to tag. The catch is made in right field by Wallace. The long throw to third, not in time, as Luke Mann moves up 90 feet closer to adding the 6th run of the ball game for Hyannis, and F9 for Romano.
Now batting, the third baseman.
And that's what you really wanted Romano to do. He would have liked him to get on base and keep this inning going with just 1 out, but he moved the runner into scoring position even further, now just 90 feet away. Fantastic piece of hitting from Romano, even though it didn't turn out the way that we would have liked.
The Harborhawks offense has awoken tonight here in Bourne. 5 runs across on 6 hits. Mason Greer looking to add another. Mann on third. First pitch to Greer. He swings and misses at a fastball, 0-1 the count. The Hawks have played the Braves well this season. The first loss of the year was at Bourne, a 3-0 game. And it was 6-2 on Monday, I believe, and then 5-1 last night. All relatively close games as Greer grounds that one foul down the first base line, 0-2.
Yeah, I'd say we've played them better and better each time that we've played them, really, and looking for first win against this team. Very talented Bourne team, for sure.
0-2 the count to Mason Greer. Xavier Lovett looking to work out of this inning. The 0-2. Fastball hit on the ground by Greer to second. Picked on a hop by Goodwin. The throw to first is in time to end the inning. So the Hawks strike for 3, thanks in part to an RBI double from Caleb Pendleton and a 2 RBI double from Luke Mann. They now lead it 5-1 as we head to the bottom of the 6th on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Hi, my name's Caden Rose. I'm an infielder for the Harbor Hawks, and you're listening to the Harbor Hawk Network.
Bottom of the 6th, ready to begin here from Doran Park. Evan Webster, the new pitcher for Hyannis, the lengthy lefty from Louisville.
Ooh, I like that. Lanky lefty. I like it.
It'll be the top of the order due up for the Braves. 1, 2, 3, Knapczyk, Anderson, and Rushing. Knapczyk digs in 1 for 2 tonight with a single and a run scored. That misses, 2-0. 2-0 the count to Knapczyk. .3-0 the count. Webster making his 6th appearance of the season as he walks the leadoff man on 4 pitches. To this point, he has thrown 10 2/3 innings pitched, sporting a 2.53 ERA with 12 punch-outs in those 10 2/3 innings.
Number 31, Max Anderson.
And for the 4-pitch walk right out of the bullpen, that's going to prompt a mound visit from pitching coach Ray Korn. He might see something within Webster's mechanics that he thinks he can correct early on. Not good to see a 4-pitch walk immediately out of the bullpen for Webster, but I'm sure he'll correct it.
Yeah, definitely. And a A 4-pitch walk, like you said, not the best thing to see out of the bullpen on the first batter that you face. But, hey, no harm done yet. Allowing one runner on base isn't necessarily a big deal as long as you can get back in your groove and start throwing some efficient pitches across that strike zone.
5-1 the Hyannis lead. 3 runs came across in the 6th for the Harbor Hawks. Korn concludes his mound visit with a pat on the shoulder for Webster. And we'll be on our way here as Anderson digs in. Anderson 0 for 2 tonight. A strikeout and a ground out on the line. Came into the ball game raking this summer in the Cape League, batting .326, 4 RBI, 2 doubles with a .370 on base percentage. 1-0 the count, 5 straight balls from Webster. Are you taking all the way until you see a strike at this point, you think?
Oh, yeah, take all the way. Make him throw that first strike, and then you can start looking at pitches.
The 1-0 in the dirt, 2-0.
Yeah, the key, basically, if there's ever a 4-pitch walk any point in the game, you take until you find that first strike. Or at least that's the way that that's what I was taught.
2-0. Knapczyk gets his lead from first. Pendleton, the catcher, sets up. And Webster does fire a strike. 2-1 the count. Good pitch there by the lefty. He's been great all season long out of the bullpen. He's worked in a variety of ways, sometimes a couple of innings, sometimes just one. But in all of his outings, he's been effective. Pickoff move to first. Back in standing is the shortstop, Knapczyk. The Harbor Hawks defense remains the same from when the game started. Pendleton behind the plate, the infield Greer at third, Ball at short, Romano at second, Harris at first as that one is flown to medium deep right center field. Rose and Elliott both over there. It's Elliott who makes the call and the catch for out number 1. Anderson goes down on the fly out to right field for the first out.
Good first out from Elliott out there. Prompted a little high five, or high glove, I guess you could say, from Caden Rose out in center. They both met together after that catch was made. And a good first out here. Webster now finding that groove. Take a little bit of a breath here and get ready for that second out.
That'll bring up Dalton Rushing from Louisville, so a Louisville matchup here. First pitch is a fastball that's ripped into right field for a base hit for Rushing. That moves up Knapczyk 90 feet to second, a single, which puts runners on first and second. He jumped all over that first pitch fastball.
He did, and I'm sure that I'm sure that both of them being from Louisville, I'm sure that they've both seen I'm sure that Rushing has seen Webster pitch before. He knows what he likes to do in certain situations, and so he has a little bit of an advantage on him since they're teammates and now opponents.
That brings up Braylon Wimmer, the left fielder. Wimmer 0 for 2. He did reach on an error in the 4th. First pitch to Wimmer. Breaking ball called strike, 0-1 the count. Just the second error of the season at shortstop for Kyle Ball in game number 17 for him. He's been terrific.
He has.
In the Gold Glove running at short, I'd say. Didn't really cost the Harbor Hawks much. The 0-1 misses. A breaking ball that slipped out of the hand a bit early, 1-1 the count. Nearing the hour 45-minute mark here in the game. It was a briskly played first 5 innings. A little bit slower pace the last half inning, and now here in the bottom of the 6th, the Braves have runners on first and second with 1 away.
I do have to say that longer 6th inning so far, I'm not mad that it's taken longer because, our lead is up higher than it was before. So I'd say that longer inning played out in our favor so far.
Two-1 the count. That one is foul tipped and hung on to by Pendleton for strike 2 as the count evens up 2-2, 1 away. Webster glances at Knapczyk on second, brings home the 2-2, which is driven to left field for a base hit. Knapczyk comes around from second. He's going to score. The throw in from left field to second base, not in time. It's an RBI double for Braylon Wimmer as the Braves look to fight their way back into this ball game. It's 5-2.
Well, that one walk coming back to haunt the Harborhawks just a bit as Knapczyk comes in on that good hit there from Wimmer. And now two more runners in scoring position for Caden Wallace.
Caden Wallace looking to continue the little rally here in the bottom of the sixth.
Number 15, Caden Wallace.
No action in the Hyannis bullpen. This is Webster's inning to work through. As mentioned, the Harborhawks a little short-handed on their pitching staff with so many players being lost to the draft. Had an effective night last night from Jonah Scalaro, who got the start and went 5 scoreless, followed up by Austin Wallace, who went 2 scoreless. A little bit of a rough 5th inning for Noah Hall, followed up by Angus McCloskey, which completed the ball game. One away. That pitch is hit well to right field. Elliott didn't see it. He gets a late break on it. It's going to get down. In comes rushing. Wimmer will be held at third. It's an RBI double from Wallace. Back-to-back RBI doubles for the Braves.
Yeah, just a bad jump there from Elliott. Not his fault. He didn't see it off the bat. Didn't see it until it was pretty well in the air. What could have been a running out turned into a double.
From Kansas State University, number 11, Nick Goodwin.
And now you kind of have to start worrying about that lead. The tying run now in scoring position at second base.
Nick Goodwin comes to the plate. This inning started with a walk to the leadoff man Knapczyk, followed up by a flyout by Anderson. A single and back-to-back RBI doubles have us where we are with runners on second and third for the 6-hitter and the second baseman Goodwin. 5-3 the score as the Harborhawks look to hold on to that 2-run lead. 5 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for Hyannis. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Bourne. 1-0 the count to Goodwin. On the night, Goodwin is 0 for 2. Fastball misses, ball 2. And it looks like we do now have action in the Harborhawk bullpen, as it appears a left-handed pitcher is warming.
I don't see this player on our roster. That's a new player, number 10.
That'll be Kyle Skidmore, the lefty, who just joined the ball club today. He arrived in Hyannis this morning. It should be him, at least. That's the only lefty we were made aware of added to the roster, so that would likely make it Skidmore.
Now, you mentioned we added a couple of new guys to the roster recently.
Got 2 more right-handed pitchers. There should be another one coming in shortly. We'll get the names and the numbers, I'm sure, by tomorrow's game, if not tonight. 3-0 the count. Ball 4. So Webster walks Goodwin, which loads the bases. With 1 away, yes, the double play is in order, but it's set up for the Braves to do more damage.
And not a good spot for the Harborhawks right now. Started off as a pretty good inning. Started off with a walk, then that fly out. But since then, the last 4 runners have reached base safely.
Time is called. As Calhoun's going to come out and chat with the home plate umpire, Rich Capitelli. And they'll head to the mound. Not sure what's going on.
I'm not sure either. Coach Calhoun was chatting with the home plate umpire before they came up there.
Not sure if there's an injury or what's going on. So the day will be done for Webster, and a new pitcher is going to come on for the Harborhawks. I'm not sure why the umpire went to the mound as well.
Not exactly sure. Maybe the trainer coming out to take a quick look at Webster, so it must be an injury of some kind.
Well, we hope Evan Webster is okay as he walks off, and a new pitcher Coming into the ball game for the Harbor Hawks, we'll have the name and more info when we return for the rest of the bottom of the 6, as 2 runs have already come home for the Braves here on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network. New pitcher on the hill for the Harbor Hawks. It is indeed the left-hander from Franklin, Massachusetts, and from Gardner Webb, Kyle Skidmore, the lefty, making his Cape Cod League debut. Yes. And what a situation to make your debut in. I mean, bases loaded. Welcome to the show.
Yeah. Well, it's for all the scouts that remain here, showing them what exactly he can do under pressure, especially right out of the gates in his first start of the season.
I do see one radar gun.
Ooh, this might be, I think this might be the first time we've seen the stirrups broken out for the Harbor Hawks. We've seen the high pants, but I don't think we've seen anybody sport the stirrups so far.
The lefty, Skidmore, looking to work his way out of danger. 0-1 the count. Fires a pitch in the dirt, 1-1. He arrived in Hyannis this morning, as mentioned, and he's ready to go.
Interesting delivery. It seems, I think he's almost coming from sidearm about, just a couple of degrees north of the sidearm angle.
Skidmore spent a couple of years over at Hofstra. Now joins Gardner Webb. That one is popped foul out of play, 1-2 the count. In 2021, he fired 30 2/3 innings pitched for GWU. That misses for a ball. 32 strikeouts in those 30 2/3 innings pitched. 2-2, one away. Zach Agnos at the plate with the bases loaded for Bourne. The 2-2. In the dirt, blocked by Pendleton for ball 3. Full count, one away, nowhere to put Agnos.
Big pitch coming up here for Skidmore. His first at-bat of the season, hoping for a good put-out here on full count.
Skidmore comes set, the 3-2. In the dirt, ball 4. So they walk in a run. The Braves go station to station as it's a 5-4 ball game.
Well, not the start that you would have wanted, but infield fly rule remains in effect. Chance for a double play remains in effect. Any base is hot.
Now batting, the catcher
So
from Boston College, number 12,
all I have to do is get it down in the infield, and chance for that double play to end this inning with the Hawks' lead still intact.
That'll bring up Peter Burns, the catcher. Lefty-lefty, so Skidmore has that in his favor at least. Double play in order. Lots of ways to get out of this situation. Still holding on to the lead. 5-4 for Hyannis. First pitch to Burns from Skidmore, misses for a ball. Skidmore comes set. The 1-0. Called strike 1-1.
Right down the heart of a plate. Good first pitch strike, or first strike there from Skidmore.
Xavier Lovett, the reliever that came in the top of the six, is throwing along the left field line, trying to stay loose. I mean, he's been sitting for about 15 minutes probably. Nice breaking ball as he gets an ooh from the crowd as Burns was way out in front of that one, and that had some great movement to it.
We haven't seen much of that breaking ball in this outing, have we? Not yet, at least. Of course, this is only the second batter he's faced.
He threw a couple in the dirt. I don't know if it was the same pitch as that. I mean, that one had a lot of movement.
Yeah, it did.
The 1-2. Burns grounds it to second. Romano will try to get two. He gets the out at second for one, but not in time. We're tied. 5-5 as the run comes home on the ground out to second base. Both those runs that have scored, both charged to Evan Webster, who started this inning but could not complete it. One should be two away now.
Two away here, and you know what? Good thing about the score right now, even though the Braves have come back, now it's just a 0-0 game. You know, it's just like back in the top of the first. We have a chance to break that lead once again.
Pinch hitter here for the Braves as Colby Thomas digs in. Thomas had a massive game back on Monday, driving in all 6 runs the Braves scored, thanks in part to a homer, a triple, and a double. The 0-1 to Thomas. Off-speed pitch fouled off, 0-2. Skidmore has come in and now been effective the last batter or two. Even on the walk, I didn't think he was bad. He was around the zone. But unfortunately, you come into that situation, bases loaded, there's just nowhere to put the guy.
Yeah, definitely. And coming into that situation, bases loaded and out to give, that can be really nerve-wracking to some pitchers, even the best.
0-2 the count. The 9-hitter Thomas, the 9th man to come to the plate in this inning, as he pinch hits for Joe Lampe. It started all the way back at the top of the order with Knapczyk. This game was cruising, as we were through 4.5 in just about an hour and 3 minutes. That one's blocked. What a stop by Pendleton to prevent another run from scoring. The go-ahead run at third and insurance run at first for the Braves.
Now Thomas represents the lone batter. He's the last batter in the lineup that hasn't faced the plate so far this inning. Harbor Hawks got close. They were two batters shy. Hardigan and Elliott, the only two that didn't see the plate in that top of the inning.
And Skidmore went to pick off to first, but he threw it over the head of Zane Harris. A run's going to score. The Braves have taken the lead. .65 Bourne.
Well, at that point, short memory. You got to keep that short memory. Good thing, very important trait to have in baseball. Very short memory. Just go for that third out here.
Still 2 away. 1-2 the count. Skidmore checks the runner at second, comes home. That pitch just fouled off and off towards the dugout of Bourne. Will hold at 1-2. 5 runs home in the bottom of the 6th, which matches the 5 runs the Braves scored last night in the top of the 8th. This offense can put up runs in bunches. Seeing that on display tonight and in this 3-game series in the middle of the season. The 1-2 from Skidmore to Thomas. In the dirt, 2-2.
Good stop from Pendleton once again. He's been a stone wall back behind the plate tonight.
Two with 2 away. A lot of chatter from the crowd tonight here at Doran Park. The 2-2 is grounded foul once again off the brick backstop. Backstop here at Bourne nearly identical to McKeon Park's brick. That ball can ricochet a long way.
Yeah, the only difference in these two backstops, the McKeon Park backstop has some blue padding along the middle and reaching out to the corners. This one just straight brick all the way around.
Two with 2 away. The pitch from Skidmore. In the dirt, gets by Pendleton. A wild pitch will move Agnos, or that's Burns rather. That moves Burns all the way to third, so 90 feet away from scoring another insurance run. 6-5, the Braves lead it thanks to this 5-run bottom of the 6th. Time is called. Gary Calhoun going to make a pitching change as Skidmore's day is done. Not the ideal debut from the lefty.
No, definitely not. But still, at least he has that first outing out of the way. Now we can start to find his groove here in the league.
Pitching change here from Bourne, and we'll be back in a moment on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
From the University of Georgia, number 7,
Nolan Crisp now toes the rubber as he looks to work the Harbor Hawks out of trouble even further. 5 runs came home in the inning. Crisp, familiar with the Bourne Braves as he fired 3 scoreless innings back on Monday.
Yeah, he's had success recently against the Braves, looking for some more out here.
3-2. That ball is flown to left field. Hardigan breaks in on it, makes the catch. So Crisp fires 1 pitch, gets the last out of the bottom of the 6th. He does his job out of the bullpen. The Braves strike for 5. They have taken the lead 6-5 as we return for the 7th in just a moment on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
I'm Hunter Furtado, number 5, left-handed pitcher from Wake Forest.
I'm Austin Wallace, number 18, left-handed pitcher from the University of Texas.
And you're listening to
the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Atlantic, number 28, Mitchell Hardigan.
Mitchell Hardigan set to lead us off here in the 7th. It's 9-1-2 due up for Hyannis as they look to respond to the Braves' 5 runs that came across in the bottom of the 6th. Austin DeCouta, Lincoln Revill here with you from Doran Park in Bourne. That one's popped foul, drifting behind home plate and out of play for strike 1. Now, Xavier Lovett back on the hill for the Braves, Lincoln. He hasn't pitched in about, 20 minutes at least? There was
20,
2
25.
pitching changes in that inning. 9 batters came to the plate. 5 runs came home. He's been sitting for a good amount of time.
Yeah, we saw him throwing just a bit, just keeping warm outside of the dugout there. But, yeah, he hasn't been on the mound in about 25, maybe half an hour.
See if that has any effect on him at all in this inning. The 0-1 misses, 1-1 the count. Harbor Hawks could use a big inning of their own here.
I will step in and do that if you guys want. If you're missing it that much, I'll do it.
1-1. Lovett fires home to Hardigan. He checks his swing. They'll say that he went around. 1-2 the count.
Yeah, he went around probably about a couple of inches, really. He tried to check his swing there, but he just couldn't hold the bat back.
1-2. Nobody out. Top of the 7th, rather. Bottom of the 6th was the inning that did the Harbor Hawks in. 6-5 to score, so this game is still very much in reach, though, for Hyannis. The 1-2 to Hardigan, a breaking ball, called strike 3. Down goes Hardigan looking for out number 1.
Good first out there from Lovett, and Hardigan down for the 3rd time tonight. Now Elliott back at the plate.
Now batting.
Elliott's been hot recently. We'll see if he can continue that hot streak.
He's 1 for 3 tonight. He did hit the ball hard back up the middle in the 5th, which unfortunately resulted in an impressive 6-3 putout by Napchek. He hits righties well. Lovett comes set. Elliott, the avid Cubs fan from Chicago, who attends Michigan, has helped the Harbor Hawks in the outfield since joining the team on July 4th. Oh, 1 away. That one is lined to right field, a base hit, and Clark Elliott continues to hit his 2nd single of the night.
Good piece of hitting there. That ball had some smoke off of it as that one was ripped past the first baseman, Anderson, and a good one-out single there for Elliott.
Number 3, Caden Rose.
In steps Caden Rose, the son of Kevin and Heather Rose, one of the youngest players on this team at just 19 years old. He'll turn 20 on October 7th.
Yeah, Rose, one of the youngest.
Thought about dropping a bunt, pulls it back. It's a ball.
He's been one of the most dependable runners to reach base. The 2nd highest on-base percentage at .312 behind only Clark Elliott.
1-0 the count. Elliott gets his lead from first. The Hawks trailing 1. The 1-0 from Lovett. Runner goes. Rose swings at it. It's a slow ground ball to second. It's going to be a tough play. The throw not in time. An infield single for Caden Rose. And the Harbor Hawks are in business. Runners on 1st and 2nd with 1 away.
Perfect place for that infield single. Goodwin was rushing to second to try to grab that throw down to second from Burns, but instead Rose ends up hitting it right where it could have been a good out, but instead it's just far enough to where he can reach base safely. Now there's 2 runners on. Good chance for the Harbor Hawks here.
In steps Kyle Ball, 1 away. The shortstop batting in the 3-hole tonight for Hyannis. He's 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored. That one's lined off the netting by Ball. 0-1 the count as he continues to be aggressive early in counts. Kyle Ball from New Hampshire Favorite team, the Red Sox. Favorite player, Xander Bogaerts. The 0-1 in the dirt. 1-1 the count. Ball was an all-star in the NECBL for the champion Keene Swamp Bats. The shortstop Ball batted .307 that summer in 2019 and hit .450 during the playoff run. 1-1 with one away. Elliott, a big jump from second. He distracts Lovett, who steps off and looks the runner back. One away. Ball. Foul tips that one into the glove of Burns. 1-2. Nice fastball there from the righty.
Very close to a good base hit there, but sadly it just couldn't pick up enough of it. These Brave fans, lots of chirping from them. Their team is good, and they're letting everybody in the ballpark know it.
It's the same four guys over there who are having themselves a fun little night.
Yeah.
Elliott again, a big lead. No real pickoff move to second base we've seen yet. Elliott gets back. Rose on first, Elliott on second. Kyle Ball at the plate, Zane Harris on deck. Xavier Lovett on the mound for the Braves, looking to work out early trouble here in the top of the seventh. The 1-2. Ball flies that one out to right field. Wallace is under it. He makes the catch. No tag from either runner. And there are two away.
Well, that one, he just got a little too far under it. Nice routine play there for Wallace for out number 2.
That'll bring up Zane, who's been swinging the bat good as of late. He is over 2 tonight with a walk and a run scored. Big lefty from Wright State. Posted some great numbers there this season, as he was one of the best hitters in the nation. Harris went .347 for his batting average in 42 games, 5 homers, 55 RBI, 14 double, and he only struck out 23 times, compiling what was an incredible season. 0-1 the count to Harris. Pitch from Lovett in the dirt. We'll see if he went. They'll check with Joe Caraco, and he says, yes, Harris did go around 0-2. With 2 away. Lovett comes set. Elliott gets his lead at second, Rose at first. The 0-2. Popped foul. Running back to give it a look is Agnos. It will drop for a foul ball. 0-2 with 2 away.
Now Harris, as we know, has been able to fight back in the count when he's down. He's done that before in his last at bat, actually, where he ended up drawing that walk after a really good battle.
.02 with 2 away. Lovett comes set. The 0-2. Line down the left field line, drifting foul, so the count will hold where it is at 0-2 as Harris continues to fight. Travis Poole, the hitting coach, has started coaching third base. Second night in a row he's done that with manager Gary Calhoun over at first for Hyannis. Austin DeCouta and Lincoln Revill here with you from the broadcast booth. More of a tent, table, bleacher setup tonight rather than a booth itself, but on away games, we just do the audio, so we're not in a big fancy setup. That's going to prompt a mound visit. 0-2, 2 away. There are runners on base, which the tying run at second, go ahead and run at first, and Harris, who's been on the fastball, but just a bit late on it. I want to talk with Lovett, figure out how they can get the big lefty out.
Yeah, Harris has been able to foul off both the breaking ball and the fastball from Lovett, so it'll be interesting to see how they go after him this time. One thing I have noticed, though, Harris has launched so many foul balls down that third base line over the fence that all of the kids here at Doran Park have now migrated over to that area waiting for a foul ball.
Let's see if they can grab themselves a foul ball. Rich Capitelli, the home plate umpire, kicks some dirt off of home as the 0-2 once more awaits. Lovett comes set as the wind picks up a bit here at Doran Park. The 0-2 misses wildly outside, 1-2 the count, could not locate the fastball.
Harris working his way back up, 1-2 the count. He looked at that first ball.
Lovett is yet to allow a run this season. 4 1/3, 1 hit, no runs, a walk, 4 strikeouts. He's already thrown 2/3 tonight. More than 2/3 at this point. The 1-2. Breaking ball hit back up the middle. A base hit for Zane Harris. Here comes Clark Elliott. He's rounding third. He's going to score. It's an RBI single for Zane Harris. The ball is bobbled in center field. Here comes Caden Rose. The throw, not in time. The Harbor Hawks have retaken the lead. 7-6. The Hawks back on top. An RBI single for Harris. An error in center field by Colby Thomas brings home Rose. 7-6 the lead.
All right. How about that to get the lead back here? Now up 7 to 6. And as we've heard a couple times from those few Braves fans over there, do it again. Let's do it again.
Lincoln's not petty or anything.
No, not at all. Not at all. I'm a good guy.
The first run allowed on the year by Xavier Lovett. 7 runs, 9 hits for the Harbor Hawks, 2 errors, 6 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Bourne. Caleb Pendleton looking to continue the rally with 2 away. Pendleton on the night, 1 for 3 with an RBI ground rule double on his line. The 0-1. Breaking ball, way to lay off there by Pendleton. That is a tough pitch to take.
Yeah, it is. That was a very good-looking pitch there. Good job there from Pendleton being able to hold off of it, just missing the strike zone. We've seen a lot of batters go after it this season, and very few have come up as successful.
Count is even at 1-1. Breaking ball, called strike this time, 1-2.
Almost the exact same pitch that we saw, just a little bit higher up. Again, if I were Pendleton, I would have also taken that one a little bit. You don't want to have that one fall underneath you.
1-2 the count. Lovett fires, and that one is hit back to center field. Floating up for Thomas. It's going to drop off his glove for a base hit. Zane Harris on his way to third. And we'll see if that's ruled a hit or an error, as he was trying to catch it off the shoestrings but could not complete the grab. First and third, 2 away for the Harbor Hawks.
I think that's going to be ruled a hit, really. It seems that he tried to get up to it. He was on the sprint, getting on his horse the whole way up there, and he just couldn't get to it in time. I think that's going to be ruled a hit.
Luke Mann, due up either way, 2 away.
Oh.
It's an E8.
Holy cow.
As it goes off the glove of Thomas in center field.
That surprises me a little bit.
And here comes the hottest hitter in the game, Luke Mann, who is just a triple shy of the cycle. A homer, a solo shot back in the second, an RBI single in the fourth, and a 2 RBI double in the sixth. Bring him to 3 for 3 with 4 runs batted in. The first pitch to Luke Mann. He swings and misses at a pitch at the knees. 0-1 the count.
Mann having himself a magnificent night. One of the hottest nights we've seen from him all season long. 3 for 3, as you mentioned, with just a triple shy of the cycle.
0-1. Xavier Lovett looking to work his way out of even further damage. The pitch to Mann. Taken for a ball. Close call. That did miss high and out. 1-1 the count. Quiet crowd now here at Doran Park. The script has flipped a bit. That one by Mann is flown to right center field. Wallace is camped under it. He'll make the catch to end the inning, but the Hawks strike for 2. As we head to the bottom of the 7th, they've regained the lead 7-6 on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Hi, my name is Caden Rose. I'm an infielder for the Harbor Hawks, and you're listening to the Harbor Hawk Network.
Bottom of the 7th, almost ready to begin, but first a word from our sponsor, Milton Cat. For sales and rentals of Caterpillar machinery, generators, and marine engines, visit MiltonCat.com, your area cat dealer. Milton Cat, the Cape and Islands Caterpillar dealer, is proud to be a sponsor of today's game.
I'm waiting for the game where for the first time in the season you end up fumbling there as much as I have.
I'm almost memorizing it.
Really?
I'm getting close. I think one of these games I'll try to do that one. The Curry College ones are a little too long, but that one I might be able to do.
And there are also there are 3 different ones of the Curry College reads that we do, so they're a little too much to memorize just reading them once a day.
We're back to the top of the Braves order here in the bottom of the 7th. Knapczyk for the 2nd consecutive inning leading off his team. He started the bottom of the 6th with a walk and scored a run, which brings him to 1 for 2 with 2 runs scored on the day as he had a single in the 4th. Nolan Crisp back on the mound as he got the final out in the bottom of the 6th. We'll see how long he's allowed to work since he did just throw 3 innings a couple of days ago. That breaking pitch is hit on the ground foul towards the Bravos dugout.
Yeah, now in this game we're going to see just how often we can let these pitchers go with that shortened bullpen that we have. We've added a couple of people, but still a lot shorter than what we used to have, so we'll have to let these guys go a little bit longer and a little bit more often than they're used to.
The 2-2 is a fastball that misses for a ball 3-1. Hats off to Adrian Saravo, the Harbor Hawks starter. The 2nd consecutive night they've gotten 5 innings from their starting pitcher. Saravo went 5, 2 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts as he was just effective all night long. Ball 4. 2 Knapczyk from Crisp to lead off the inning, and an identical start to the bottom of the 7th that we had in the bottom of the 6th. The Harbor Hawks would like the result to be differently the rest of the way, however.
Yeah,
runs came across in that inning.
The bright side about this time is that the count wasn't exactly identical to the last time Knapczyk was up. There was a strike on the board this time. So we'll see if this inning can come out a little better.
Max Anderson at the plate. He takes a called strike. 0-1 the count. Double play is in order. The 0-1 from Crisp misses for a ball. 1-1 the count. Nolan Crisp from Georgia. The 1-1. Fastball fouled back off the netting. It will fall harmlessly. And that's a souvenir if somebody wants it in the front row.
Can someone grab that for me?
Lincoln wants it.
I do.
Well, it's a little bit.
A little bit. I haven't gotten a game ball yet this season. I'm kind of hoping for a game ball, you know?
1-2 the count to Anderson. The pitch from Crisp is sent back up the middle, the deep center field. Rose is back on it. He makes the catch a few steps in front of the warning track as he slips in front of the wall but throws it in, which forces Knapczyk to retreat to first, and there's one away in Lincoln. All right, bottom of the 6th, a walk and then a flyout. Bottom of the 7th, a walk and now a flyout by Anderson. So little parallel starts to these 2 innings. Let's hope that we can limit anything further from being parallel.
Yeah, now, Anderson, a couple things differently on those. Anderson in the 6th flew out to right. This time flew out to center.
Still a fly.
And then, yeah, it is still a fly. But also the count in the 6th was 2-1. Count that time was 1-2.
A little flipped.
So a little flipped, but, you know, a flip count means for a flip inning, right? Sort of?
You'd hope.
Maybe,
I don't know about that.
I don't know. It's something to think about. Something to think about.
Hawks holding on to a 1-run lead, 7-6. The tying run is at first. That one's hit on the ground and through for a base hit. And Lincoln, guess what Rushing did in the bottom of the 6th? He singled. So
yeah, he did.
A walk, a flyout, a single.
Oh, boy.
Just like the 6th.
South Carolina, number 29, Braylon Wimmer.
Braylon Wimmer digs in. He doubled home a run in the bottom of the 6th. First and second, one away.
Now, if Wimmer pulls out a double here, I think we, you know, it's going to be a little freaky.
Yeah, pack up and go home. It's too. That'd be just too weird for me to handle.
Yeah. Some sort of a voodoo or something going on for the exact same.
First pitch to Wimmer is fouled off. 0-1 the count. The temperature has dropped quite a bit. I think it's partially due to the fact the sun has gone down.
Yeah, the wind was dead for a second, but now it's back up.
It's now 73 in Bourne, and it feels like 73. I think at first pitch it was, 77, but it felt like 90 or something?
Something like that, yeah.
The 0-1 from Crisp is fouled off. 0-2 the count. He's ahead of the cleanup hitter Wimmer. On the day, Wimmer 1 for 3 with that RBI double and a run scored. Crisp would like to get out of this inning and not allow that run to come across as he looks to protect the 1-run lead from Hyannis.
Oh, you want to hear something crazy?
What's that?
98% humidity right now. And it's gotten to the point I was actually thinking to myself, I think I can kind of like see the mist, like the humidity.
Ground ball to third. Man to second for 1. The throw on to first is not in time. It is a fielder's choice as they get 1. Puts runners on first and third. 2 away. That was Greer at third making the throw.
Now batting, the right fielder from the University of Arkansas, number 15, Caden Wallace.
That's good. 2 away now. 2 away for the runners on the corners. So, hey, the exact inning has ended now.
All right.
So
2 away for Caden Wallace, who also had an RBI double in the bottom of the 6th, a part of that 5-run inning for the Braves. 7-6 the score. Nolan Crisp looking to get the third out here in the bottom of the 7th. First pitch breaking ball misses. 1-0 the count.
Barely missing the zone there with that pitch. Almost a good strike there, but instead 1-0 the count.
Crisp comes set, fires the 1-0 home, and it's by Wallace. 1-1 the count. Nice fastball. Good life to it. Good crowd remains here at Doran Park. I don't see any MLB scouts tonight. I just see a couple of team scouts behind home.
Yeah. It's not really, I guess it's not really surprising after the draft and everything, you know. Maybe scouts take I don't know, maybe they'll take a couple days off to rest and then come back up for the end of the season, you know?
It's so different this year because in years past the draft is much earlier, right about the start of the season for the Cape League. And a lot of times there's not as many draft-eligible guys, but because of the fact that the 2020 MLB draft only had a handful of rounds, so many players didn't get drafted. So the talent this year here was a lot more draft-eligible players than in years past.
It is a true good point. I did see a stat today that 23% of current Cape League players were drafted.
Yeah, that never happens. It's not usually that high. Usually they get drafted 1 or 2 years down the line from playing. The 1-2 swung on and missed. Nolan Crisp gets out of danger to end the bottom of the 7th as he continues to bully the back 9 for the Harbor Hawks. 7-6 as we head to the 8th.
That ball well to right field. It is
Adios,
high,
amigo.
It is far, and it is gone.
Holy cow.
Zane Harris crushed that one. A long drive towards right center field, and it's gone in the trees. Pitch from Braithwaite. Swung on and missed, and the ball game is over. The Harbor Hawks have defeated the Cotuit Kettleers. That one is a good long drive towards left field, and gone!
You're listening to the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Back here for the top of the 8th inning, the Harbor Hawks 7-6 the lead as they hold the lead over the Bourne Braves. Austin DeCouta, Lincoln Revill here with you in the booth as a new pitcher is on the mound for the Braves. It's Dylan Bowers, a right-hander from northern Colorado, making just his second appearance of the season. 1 inning pitched, 1 hit, 1 walk, no runs, 2 strikeouts for the 6'5" right-hander.
Now pitching for the Braves from the University of Northern Colorado, number 17.
Making the
Dylan
trip
Bowers.
more than halfway across the country to play here, and lack of, I'm sure he's noticed, a noticeable lack of mountains between here and Colorado. Very noticeable.
Ryan Romano leading us off here in the top of the 8th. Romano, Greer, Hardigan due up 7-8-9 for the Hyannis. Unfortunately, those 3 hitters are a combined 0 for 9 tonight for the Harbor Hawks. Romano would like to turn around that production from the bottom of the order. 1-0 count to the Florida State infielder. Romano has started at second and short this year for Hyannis. He played third for Florida State a little bit. The 1-0 is ripped down the third base line. Foul ball.
I don't know about that one. If it was foul, that was just a couple of inches foul. That looked on top of the chalk. From my vantage point, at least, I'm almost even with the foul line.
It was close, but the third base umpire, Joe Caraca, was standing on the line. 1-1 the count.
So it must have been just a couple of inches. So close.
No argument from Travis Poole, the hitting/third base coach for the Harbor Hawks. 1-1. Bowers comes set, fires home. A breaking ball that misses high. That one slipped out of the hand a bit early. 2-1 the count to Ryan Romano. Romano's cousin, Jonas Scalaro, was dominant last night. We've mentioned it multiple times. With 5 shutout innings with just 1 harmless hit.
It's worth mentioning a lot.
It was such a good outing.
A phenomenal outing.
Sravos was nearly as good tonight, just 1 run off of Adrian. That one misses high. The second time a high fastball has buzzed the chin of Romano tonight. 3-1 the count. Bowers gets the sign from Burns. 3-1 to the leadoff man of the inning, Romano. The pitch, A fastball popped up, drifting out of play, and it will, in fact, get off into the construction area.
Heads up.
Bowers, the 23-year-old righty, born in 1997. That one is popped foul again. The count will hold at 3-2. Seventh pitch of the at-bat upcoming to Romano. That's a good sign. What we want to do is just, if you're the leadoff man, see as many as possible. You'd like to get on base, too, while doing it.
Yeah, from Romano, that's what you want, is a battle that works your way up to a hit or some way to get on base.
The 3-2. Oh. Swing and a miss, and the bat of Romano goes flying out of his hand for out number 1. He'll go back to the dugout batless as there's one away.
Well, I think the humidity might be starting to play a little factor here, making the hands just a little bit slick, you know.
Still a little bit warm, but
yeah.
From McClellan Community College, number 20, Mason
sticky.
Greer.
But sticky, but also like wet. It's a weird atmosphere.
Yeah, it feels like, I don't know, it feels damp, you know? Like just the air feels damp.
First pitch to Mason Greer. He swings and misses at a fastball 0-1.
Let's go, Mason.
Greer 0 for 3 tonight, but he's put the ball in play, all 3 at-bats. He takes a ball 1-1 the count. Crowd has been relatively quiet the last inning since the Harbor Hawks regained the lead in the top of the 7th. They took an early 1-0 lead thanks to a Luke Mann home run in the 2nd, added one in the 4th. As Mason Greer flies that one pretty well hit to center field. Thomas, ranging back near the wall, makes the catch a few steps in front of the warning track for out number 2.
Well, we saw some power from Mason Greer the last time we played here, as he ended up with a base hit that landed at the base of the wall. And he almost was able to get another one there at the base of the wall. Almost brought Lampy back to the base of the wall there. Or I guess that was Thomas back at the base now. But just not far enough.
2 away, which brings up the 9-hitter Mitch Hardigan. He is 0 for 3 tonight. That one misses high. A curveball that misses. 1-0. The 1-0. Hardigan fouls it off, 1-1.
Hardigan, but a dangerous one, as he could very well be behind in the count now, but instead he's ahead 2-1.
Bowers looking to set the Harbor Hawks down in order here in the top of the 8th as we enter the final frames of the ball game.
All right,
here from Doran Park, 2-2.
We all remember what happened last time
2
at this
away.
point. Here we go.
Lincoln has the good luck hat that he brings out when the Harbor Hawks are batting, and the count is 2-2 with 2 away. The hat shake resulted in a solo home run earlier in the game. The 2-2 to Hardigan. Fouled off, and the hat will get another shot at it as Mitch Hardigan stays alive.
Here we go. It's been struggling a couple times, but hey, 1 for 1 on the night. Fantastic 1 for 1. I'm feeling confident in the hat tonight.
Two once more awaits from Bowers, who steps off and will regroup for a second. Bowers, the right-handed pitcher, fires the 2-2, and it's a strike 3 called. Well, actually, they'll say Hardigan went around, but that ends the inning nonetheless. The Harbor Hawks go down in order here in the 8th. Bottom of the 8th coming up in just a moment. Harbor Hawks lead by 1.
The winners of tonight's
Hi, my name is Marcos Pujols. I'm the first baseman for the Harbor Hawks. You're listening to the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
University, number 11.
Bottom of the 8th, ready to go, and a new pitcher on the hill. Luke Mann, the person who started at DH tonight for the Harbor Hawks, who is 3 for 4 in the ball game with 4 runs batted in, a home run, a double, and a single. And Mann on the hill now for the Harbor Hawks. He hasn't pitched at Missouri since 2019, in which he made 3 appearances, throwing 6 innings, allowing just 1 earned run and striking out 9. As he fires that one and it gets fouled off. 1-1 the count.
Well, he has some speed.
He does.
He's got a good arm.
Wish we had a radar gun. I wonder if we can get a read from how fast Mann is going. One, two. Man, ahead of the first batter he faces. Mann's first pitch is at 90, 91 miles per hour. Lincoln, that's pretty good for a guy who hasn't pitched in a couple years.
Yeah.
Two the count to Goodwin. Breaking ball, fouled off. He's got some good movement on the curveball as well.
He does. I'm impressed by what I've seen from him. For a position player, he's doing really well. The 2-2 from Luke Mann. Fastball swung on and missed. Luke Mann strikes out the first batter he faces for out number 1. And wow. All right. Well, add him to the pitching rotation, honestly. He's doing really well. He may have a way to go before he gets multiple innings under his belt, but he's doing great.
That'll bring up Zach Agnos. 0 for 2 with a walk. First pitch to Agnos. Fastball called strike. 0-1. It's one of the funnest games all season for Hyannis.
Yeah.
7-6 they lead it. A back-and-forth battle with Bourne has resulted in a Harbor Hawk 1-run lead here in the bottom of the 8th. An off-speed pitch, swing and a miss, 0-2.
I love the alliteration that you just mentioned. A back-and-forth battle with Bourne.
0-2 as Luke Mann looks to strike out the first 2 batters he's faced as a pitcher since 2019 at Missouri. Time is called. Agnos needs to regroup. And he's not just a position player pitching. He looks like a pitcher.
Yeah,
if that
he does.
makes sense. He's not just a position
yeah.
player. He's throwing 90, 91 miles per hour with good movement. The 0-2. Fastball, good idea, good spot. Tried to get him to chase on the high cheddar, but he won't. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And not even does he look like a pitcher. He has the form of a pitcher. He looks like he's been pitching the whole season.
His mechanics look good. Gets the ball in the 1-2. Breaking ball.
Oh!
It looked good.
Oh!
It looked
wow. Good. Oh, that was filthy. My goodness.
2-2 the count as a effective breaking ball from Mann is bypassed for a strike call. Instead, it's ball 2. The 2-2 from Mann. Fastball called. Strike 3. Luke Mann sits down the first 2 batters he faces on the punch-out, and there are 2 down in the 8th.
Well, Austin, I think it's time for me to retire. I think I've seen it all. This is fantastic. Oh, man.
2 up, 2 down in the bottom of the 8th, which brings up the catcher, Peter Burns. Luke Mann, the definite player of the game tonight for Hyannis, on the mound. Has struck out the first 2 he's faced. First pitch to Burns, misses for a ball. He probably, Lincoln, had Agnos struck out on a pitch earlier, too. Than he did because that breaking ball I thought was a strike.
Yeah, yeah.
He comes back with a good fastball to get him. The 1-0 to Burns. Fastball popped up. Mann's calling for it. He makes the catch, and Luke Mann does it all. Have a day, Luke Mann. He retires the side in order with 2 strikeouts in the 8th. We head to the 9th. Harbor Hawks lead it by 1.
Hi, my name is Gary Calhoun. I'm the manager of the Hyannis Harborhawks, and you're listening to the Hyannis Harborhawks Radio Network.
Top of the 9th inning here from Bourne as Eric Adler toes the rubber against the Harborhawks for the second time this week. Adler on the season has been sensational for Bourne. 7 games, 7 innings pitched in those appearances. 3 hits, no runs, 3 walks, and 15 strikeouts. He has been dominant. Haven't seen him in a day. He pitched on Monday and was good.
Has 4 saves on the season. As of now, not in this position for a save.
Top of the order due up for Hyannis in the 9th. Elliott Rose ball.
Number 7, Eric Adler.
I have to say, I'm feeling good about this part of the lineup. 4 combined runs between them, 4 of the 7 that for the Harborhawks, and they've just been really well. The front of this lineup has been really strong tonight. Now, Elliott and Rose, first 2, both sporting those orange and blue gloves brought to the team by Franklin. Franklin bringing in custom-made gloves for every team.
They look good. They match the Harborhawk uniforms, which today on the road are the blue jerseys with orange lettering numbering outlined by white trim. The American flag above the number on the back of the jersey. 0-1 the count to Clark Elliott, the leadoff man, who is 2 for 4, a pair of singles and a run scored. The 0-1 from Adler, a pitch low for a ball, 1-1. Question here is, Lincoln, will we see Luke Mann to close out the ball game? It doesn't look like it, as there is action in the Harborhawk bullpen.
Oh, leave him in. I say leave him in. After that inning that he had, let him go. Why not? If it all breaks loose, if he lets a couple runners on, then maybe take him out. But as of now, leave him in.
That could
3
be
up,
the
3 down.
case. Maybe they will leave him in and have somebody ready to go just in case he scuffles a bit.
I hope so. But I'll personally go over and ask Coach Calhoun right now. Keep him in. I would really like for him to stay in.
Lincoln, the president of the Luke Mann fan club.
I am. Hey, if I have to be.
Only second to Gavin, not one of our game day ops interns. I think he's a big Luke Mann fan.
I'll be vice president. Gavin can be president.
The Luke Mann fan club. 1-2 the count to Clark Elliott. Luke Mann today, for just joining us, is 3 for 4 with a homer, double, single, and 4 RBI. And Mann struck out 2 and got a pop-up in the 8th inning, which he pitched, as Elliott flies that one to left field. There to make the catch is Wimmer for out number 1 here in the top of the 9th.
Now batting, the center fielder from the University of Alabama, number 3, Caden Rose.
That'll bring up Caden Rose, the center fielder. Rose 1 for 3, a single, a walk, 2 runs scored for the speedy shortstop center fielder as he plays both, mix and matches with what the other guys on the Harborhawks are going to do on a daily basis. If you have Kyle Ball getting a day off at short, Caden Rose is there to pick him up. Clark Elliott in right needs a day off. Sometimes it's Caden Rose who moves to right field, but oftentimes he's your starting center fielder.
Now, I was surprised to not see Dom Johnson in the lineup. He's been in there quite a bit within the past few games.
He has. I don't know if it has anything to do with lefty-righty, as they have started Mitch Hardigan, the left-handed hitter, against a right-handed pitcher in left field. Clark Elliott seems like he's going to be penciled in on a daily basis based on the way he's hit so far. The one that misses. 2-0 the count to Caden Rose. Rose, one of the young leaders on this Hyannis team, has appeared in every game this season. The 2-0 from Adler. Rose fouls it back. 2-1 the count. Eric Adler has been spectacular this season, as previously mentioned. Just 3 hits and 7 innings allowed. His whip under 1. His ERA at 0. 2-1 the count to Caden Rose. Adler, a little funky delivery. He comes set and fires. That one hit on the ground hard towards the Harborhawk dugout down the first base line. The count moves to 2-2. The Alabama business major, Caden Rose. 2-2, 1 away. Hyannis looking to add on. They're leading 7-6. 1 run in the second, 1 run in the fourth, 3 runs in the 6th, 2 in the 7th for the Harborhawks. Breaking ball, swung on and missed at the top of the zone. That pitch had some movement to it, but it was hung a bit. Out number 2.
A strong swing from Rose on that 2-2 pitch, but sadly his bat went underneath it as that one was up in the zone, as you mentioned, and it was just too high for him to grab.
6 of the 8 innings on the scoreboard have a 0 next to Bourne. Unfortunately for Hyannis, 1 run came across in the 4th and 5 in the bottom of the 6th for the Braves. 6 runs, 6 hits for Bourne, 1 error. 7 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors for the Harbor Hawks. A season-high hits and runs for Hyannis. Kyle Ball now due up as he swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1 the count. Ball is 1 for 4 on the night with a run scored. Eric Adler looking to work a clean top of the 9th and build on his strong season totals. The 0-1. Breaking ball, called strike 2. We'll see if Luke Mann returns for the bottom of the 9th to try to nail down a 2-inning save, or if the Harbor Hawks bring somebody else in from the bullpen. The 0-2 from Adler. Breaking ball, called strike 3. The inning is over. The Harbor Hawks go down in order. They'll have to protect a 1-run lead as we head to the 9th. Hyannis looking to upset the first place Bourne Braves here on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
I'm Hunter Furtado, number 5, left-hand pitcher from Wake Forest.
I'm Austin Wallace, number 18, left-handed pitcher from the University of Texas.
And you're listening to
the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Bottom of the 9th inning, the Braves down to their final 3 outs as Luke Mann looks to record a 2-out save. And this is the best game of the season for Hyannis so far as they lead 1-0. They lead by one run here.
There you go.
They were ahead 1-0 for the first 3 innings. Whoops.
You got mixed up. That's okay. I get mixed up every day, probably 5 times during games alone. Don't worry.
It's Colby Thomas, the 9-hitter, followed by Knapchuk and Anderson, the 1-2. So 9-1-2. Luke Mann behind 2-0. As mentioned, Luke Mann started the game at DH, comes into pitch here, fires a fastball for a called strike, 2-1. He retired the first 2 batters he faced in the bottom of the 8th by way of the strikeout, followed up by a pop-up to who but Luke Mann to end the bottom of the 8th. 3 up, 3 down. The 2-1. Fastball misses just a bit up. 3-1 the count. Colby Thomas, pinch hit for Joe Lampe, the starter. Back in the bottom of the 6th. He flew out to left field as he hits that one high and deep to left field. Back on it is Hardigan. A few steps in front of the wall. He's still drifting, and it gets down. It goes by the glove of Hardigan, and getting to third is Thomas. A disaster as that ball drops. An error in left as the leadoff man Thomas gets all the way to third base. He hit that ball a mile high to left field and deep. A tough play to make. Real tough play to make for Hardigan, but the tying run 90 feet away. Infield in, Luke Mann still on the hill. Christian Knapczyk, the leadoff man at the plate. First pitch swinging, he can't connect. 0-1 the count. Knapczyk on the day, 1 for 2, a single, 2 walks, 2 runs scored. 0-1 the count. Man fires in a base hit. This ball game is tied. It gets into the left center field gap. No win tonight for Hyannis. No extra innings played this season. So at best, the Harbor Hawks looking to escape this ball game with a tie.
Screw a tie. Let's just lose.
Well, that is disappointing. But,
The first baseman from the University of Nebraska.
you know, as of now, we're looking for we can get a point out of this game. So, you know, get something out of it.
Yeah, it's a good game. Even if they don't come away with the win, a lot of this for the Harbor Hawks is about player development and building up these guys. As they did a good job of that. They had 7 players drafted, 1 signed. That was more than the first place Bourne Braves. Max Anderson at the plate. Winning run at first for the Braves. It's Knapczyk who just singled in the tying run after Thomas reached on a error in left. 1-0 the count to Anderson. Pitch from Mann is a ball. 2-0. Luke Mann firing away. The 2-0. Called strike, 2-1 the count. Anderson didn't really like that call. A little shimmy from him. He looked up.
A lot of these fans did not like that call. Lots of moans and groans from the crowd.
0 for 4 on the night is Anderson. Pickoff move to first, a good one by Mann, but diving back safely is Knapczyk. The 2-1. Lined off the backstop for strike 2 as the count is even. Luke Mann is the player of the game tonight for Hyannis, no matter what happens the rest of the way.
Oh yeah, most definitely. He has done it all in this game tonight. A phenomenal job from him tonight. I'm very impressed with what I've seen. Be sure to check our YouTube tonight for that post-game interview with Luke Mann from our now TikTok famous sideline reporter Taylor Farmer.
That ball is skied to right field. Clark Elliott breaking back on it. He camps under it a few feet in front of the fence, makes a catch. Out number 1.
A very hard hit ball there from Anderson. That took Elliott back quite a bit. But he was able to reel in that long, high fly ball for out number 1.
That'll bring up Dalton rushing. 1 away. Luke Mann looking to secure the tie for Hyannis. Would be a great accomplishment to even tie this dominating Bourne Braves team who are 13-2-3 on the year. 1 away, the breaking ball, the rushing, a first pitch ball, 1-0.
Now the Harbor Hawks, one of 2 teams that have yet to record a tie this season, along with the Kedliers.
Pickoff move to first, Knapczyk back safely again, and Luke Mann is a pitcher.
Yeah,
he's got a good pickoff move. He's been good, touching 90-91. He's keeping the runner at bay, too. The quick pitch to home. 2-0. He's quick to home, too. Quicker than a lot of guys we've seen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's good all around. I'm surprised we haven't seen him before. Quite honestly, I'm very surprised. And I have to say, for him not pitching since 2019, like I haven't pitched a ball since 2018, and when I throw now, my arm almost comes off. So it's amazing now.
That one's popped up behind home. Pendleton trying to give it a look, and it's out of play on top of the...
Oh.
Jack Curio, one of our game day ops interns, trying to get a foul ball from a kid.
Did he get it?
I don't know who came away with that one.
Yeah. I think he might have scooped it out from underneath the bleacher.
I think one of the kids got it, not a 20-year-old. 2-1 the count to rushing.
I wonder if Jack thought at all about, like, you know what if I just took this ball? Just kept it from these kids.
He tried to get it. He did not get it, though, unfortunately. He's gotten a couple foul balls this year.
Yeah,
he comes
he
to all
has.
the road games, too. A lot of our interns, very dedicated crew, come to home and away games. 2-1 the count. Luke Mann looking to strand the winning run at first. The pitch to Dalton Rushing is blocked in the dirt. The runner is going to advance to second. The throw by Pendleton not in time, so the winning run is in scoring position with one away.
Now things, you got to start worrying now. You got to start getting a little concerned, but don't start panicking yet. Runner in scoring position, only one out, but you have a chance to still get out of here unscathed.
They're going to go ahead and just walk Rushing, intentionally walk him to give him first base and bring the double play back in order. He's a left-handed hitter who really demolishes right-handed pitching, so they'd rather have Mann go against Braylon Wimmer, the right-handed batter. So runners on first and second now with one away. And a pinch runner for Rushing. I mean, that run doesn't necessarily matter, but it's more to try to, I guess, break up a double play.
Yeah.
Do you think that the pinch runner can have a better shot at getting there?
Number 27, Tanner Schobel.
Yeah, and Rushing tonight dominant at 3 for 4 on the night so far. Wimmer, on the other hand, 2 for 4, so not far behind, but I think it's a good choice to walk Rushing.
Wimmer takes the ball, 1-0 the count. Winning run at second base for the Braves. The Bourne faithful have stuck it out. And a couple of the fans who were heckling the players seem to have packed up. So they're going to be disappointed if their Braves end up coming through in this ballgame. The 1-0 to Wimmer from Mann. Fly ball in play. Romano camps under it in shallow right field, makes the catch. There's 2 away.
All right, well, the wind started to catch up at the end as that ball started to tail down. Sort of brought Romano back a bit at the last second, but he was able to make that grab. Good out for out number 2.
That'll bring up Caden Wallace, the right fielder. Wallace is 1 for 4 on the night with an RBI double and a run scored. Winning run for Bourne on second, Luke Mann, the man of the night on the mound, looking to complete his impressive outing. As a first pitch is called strike on the check swing. They're going to say Wallace went around 0-1. The Harbor Hawks looking to get out of this ball game with a tie.
Quite honestly, I'm not sure how Rich Capitelli couldn't tell that was a swung strike right off the bat. He went almost a complete swing around.
Time is called. Mann will step off and regroup. Runners on first and second. Knapczyk, the winning run for Bourne, on second base. The inning started with an error in left field, which allowed Thomas to reach base and score on an RBI single from Knapczyk. The 0-1, nice curveball by Mann. He gets Wallace out in front. 0-2 the count. And we're 1 strike away from the Harbor Hawks tying the first place Bourne Braves, and that's an accomplishment in and of itself. In a year filled with difficulties for Hyannis, still positive attitudes filling the dugout as this team looks to put together a second half filled with grit and toughness. They've already turned it around a little bit this week, a couple of better ball games. Looking to tie the Braves. 0-2 the count as Luke Mann looks to finish off Wallace. Time is called once more. A couple hundred fans remain at Doran Park. Luke Mann remains on the mound. Wallace digs back in the plate. He comes set. The winning run at second for Bourne. The 0-2 from Luke Mann. That ball is hit well to right field. Clark Elliott turns around. It's going to get down. The Braves are going to win the ball game. RBI single for Caden Wallace, and the Braves have walked it off at Doran Park. A tough night for Hyannis. Gatorade Bass for Bourne. 8-7 the final.
Quite a disappointing loss for the Harbor Hawks, but a well-fought game. They have nothing to hang their heads about. Just a phenomenal outing on both sides. I'm very proud of this team for the game that they put together tonight.
The final from Bourne, 8-7 as Hyannis drops a tough one to the Braves. For For our producer, Matt Noah, our director of broadcasting, Harrison Meyers, our sideline reporter, Taylor Farmer, and my broadcast partner, Lincoln Revill, Austin DeCouta saying so long and have a great night. Thank you for watching Harbor Hawks Baseball. We'll see you on Friday.
That ball well to right field. It is
Adios,
high,
amigo.
It is far, and it is gone.
Holy cow.
Zane Harris crushed that one. A long drive towards right center field, and it's gone in the trees. Hit from Braithwaite. Swung on and missed, and the ball game is over. The Harbor Hawks have defeated the Katuitt Kettleers. That one is a good long drive towards left field, and gone!
You're listening to the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.